Blue 22. Hike, hike, hike.
You are watching Sports and Sorts live on YouTube. That's 75% sports, 25% sorts. And here are your hosts, Shane and the Bry Man.
What are you crunching on?
Buffalo pretzel chip.
Great.
I'm gonna wash it down with
Yep.
the choice that Bry Man chose. I'll pan out why to me. He chose me Michter's. He wanted to go an American whiskey blend instead of bourbon. So that's what I did. I did that. I poured a little bit. I needed a little bit because the beginning of the show was pretty stressful. Issues, lots of issues here. So many issues. There was an issue with I couldn't get Bry Man on the screen, and that's a problem.
I mean, you could have just had the audio. It takes away a little bit from it. It's cool.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
It's cool. It's cool.
But we're here.
We're here.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah.
I am drinking from Burlington Beer Company.
Mm-hmm.
It's called You Can't Get There From Here. Now, there are a few of these. You can't get there from here. And there's, in various different concoctions. This one happens to be black raspberry and currants.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Sounds-
let's, hold on. Wait. Shh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I want to hear it.
Satisfying.
That was very nice. Oh, and
Cheers.
Here, and I'll do it for you, and I'll give myself a little refill.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
Oh, this is good.
Is it?
Black raspberry and currants. Yes. Currants? Roads. Rudes. Why can't I say that word?
Limit.
That is good.
Good. I have actually this crazy beer out in the garage. It's been because on the winter it's kind of been just sitting out there all winter long.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it's called, but it's got a funny name. And I thought about having that here today,
Yes.
because you're a beer connoisseur of sorts, and you enjoy your microbrews.
My craft beers.
Yes, your craft beers.
I'm still an amateur compared to,
Well, yeah, but you're
some of my friends for sure. But
I'm an amateur. I also have like a case of McUltra somewhere too, so that's kind of where I'm at.
I will tell you the one thing that I have become more than anything is a beer snob.
Yeah.
I just get I if people say Budweiser or anything like that, I just get Coors or Mick Ultra. I just get this look on my face. Like, really?
Like you just
Come
did.
on, be better.
Yeah.
I get that's about it. I get
And I'm fine with that.
because I can't drink that stuff anymore. It's hot garbage. It's cold garbage. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's El Torino.
I don't remember the last time I had one. Although it's funny, I'm gonna probably have to get a beer delivery soon because I've actually been having a couple more lately. Now that we're in quarantine, I've had not. I'm only doing it though, like when I Zoom with some of the guys. Like
Right.
I don't drink otherwise. I really don't. Like right now, you and I are doing this, and I'm having a beer.
I'm one of the guys. Mm-hmm. I think.
Yeah. Yes, you are. So, I mean, I'm not. Otherwise, I'm not doing this. They actually are Zooming right now.
Are they?
Yeah, they were like, "Well, dial into that and multitask," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know if I can pull that off."
That'd be a tough one. That would be a tough one.
Be a lot of weird audio going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So today we're basically gonna just
Tonight.
Tonight. We're just gonna kind of shoot the shit.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
I have some.
It's definitely not suited for kids.
There's nope, fucking A. And we're gonna do normal things that are not normal when you put
Two
them
normal
back to back.
things, yeah. Two normal things that are just not normal when you put them back to
when you
back.
put them back to back.
We will, and then we'll kind of, as the liquid starts flowing a little bit. I'm sure those it could pop up too, like kind of go in
Sure.
and out here. Every once in a while.
I actually have a few that I just wrote down.
I have a couple. I have a couple here. Yeah.
And then we're gonna do a little show and tell with the Bry Man.
I want to see that. I also want to talk with you about Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
The 9
because I know you love 9-9.
I do very much
And,
so. I think I'm caught up too.
I'm not.
I think.
So I'm we just saw Jake and Amy get married.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're behind.
Your last season ish.
Yeah. I mean, we've been binging it a little bit lately. So
why not? What else? What else are you gonna do?
Right, but so that's what we've been doing. And there was one particular Boyle cracks me up. That dude
he's
just
great.
cracks me up.
It's great.
So I want to talk about that a little bit later. Some of the phrases that come out of his mouth.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, awesome. Him and Captain Holt. The stuff that they say.
I love Holt.
So stoic and
It's
serious.
It's a great show. I was so happy that because it was it NBC that now airs it because it was originally Fox.
Right. Yeah.
They got rid of it, and NBC immediately picked it up. But NBC originally owned it. They were actually the original either creators, and they sold it to Fox or something like that.
Yeah, it was something. A lot of similarity stuff happened with like Last Man Standing and stuff like
Fox
that.
Fox is just like that. Fox is just notorious for letting good shows go.
Yeah.
Why do they have such a history of this?
I don't know.
Like, were people suddenly not watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Last Man Standing? Both of them.
Do you remember the big issue? I mean, it wasn't Fox. Last Man Standing Fox?
Or was it ABC?
No, it was Fox.
It was Fox, and now it's on ABC.
I think so. Is it or now?
Right? Wasn't it?
No, it was on ABC, and now it's on Fox.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And it's actually gotten worse since it's been on Fox.
I don't know that. Yeah, I mean, so first of all, they had to replace, one of the daughters, which I've kind of gotten used to her now. And then
it's not the same.
But his youngest daughter, who I used to love, she's essentially written off the show at this point. And they basically replaced her.
She pops in every once in a while.
Very rarely, but if you watch the last episode, I kind of got the impression you're not going to see her anymore. They didn't kill her, but I got the impression that she's not coming back. And then they replaced her with the foreign exchange student, who's fine, but I don't know. It's just
they just started to kind of figure out her character. Like they just implement her in like quick little ways now, and overall, she's not a great character.
Yeah,
the show's just not that great. And the problem is that
it's definitely it lost momentum.
Yeah,
lost momentum.
The girl that plays Eve is starting to blow up. Like she's starting to star in movies.
Oh, is she?
And stuff like that. Yeah. Like she's like there was a movie that she was.
She was great. I loved her.
She's amazing. She was by far my favorite character for a while.
Yeah. She was probably mine too.
Over the last couple years, I've really started to gravitate towards like the relationship between Kyle and Ryan.
Yes, that
has actually dwindled, and now there's like they just haven't really found their niche. Like it used to be such a great show when it was on ABC.
Kyle and Mandy are living above them in the pot shop, and so it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, maybe it is. I can't remember which way it was. It was ABC or Fox, or which one's on it now. I think it's on Fox now. But when
it's on Fox now.
When it was on ABC, because Tim Allen is such a right wing. He's a very conservative Republican. And all the writers in the room were all liberal. Mm-hmm. So he had a back and forth with them, and they wrote the characters really well. They had a great back and forth between the liberals, whether it was their, neighbors or whatever, and, him being a Republican, and they would kind of, even throw shade at, Tim Allen, and Tim Allen took it, and he was fine. Everything was good because he's like, oh, I'm here just for the show. Like, it's for the show, whatever. Right. I'll make my points, and then sometimes I'll get thrown stuff on me, and it's fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now they've kind of softened up on that.
You're right.
And you would have thought
not as much.
You would have thought there would have been either more conservative stuff but they just kind of really just went away from it.
I will tell you,
and that was a good part of the show.
One of the most depressing things about quarantine for me, just skipping from one show. This isn't anything that I think you'll be able to weigh in on, but I saw this yesterday. My wife was telling me that. So Supernatural is in its final season, season 15.
I do know that. Yeah,
they were literally 2 shows, 2 hours, 2 more full 1-hour episodes away from being done, from wrapping, and they were not able to shoot those last 2 episodes. And now
why?
I don't know. Because of quarantine.
Oh,
so I don't know what's going to happen. I really hope that if and when things, I'm saying if now because I don't even know when anymore. If things ever get back to normal, you know, that they're able to go back to Canada and shoot the last 2 episodes. Because that's where they film. So I think that's where they film. I think they film in Canada. But I'm just hopeful that they're able to do it, because I mean, that has been, that and Smallville have basically, those are like my 2 all-time favorite shows over the course of the last 20 years. And I want the end now. You know, the end is, there were only like a handful of episodes left, and they just were not able to shoot the last 2.
So are they never going to do it, or you think
I
it'll
don't
just
know.
be a while?
I'm really hopeful that it's going to be a while, but the two, you know, I think 2 of the stars there, Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki, were kind of waxing a little poetic about it on social media lately, and it almost sounded like they weren't going to be able to do it. But
Wow.
But I also think they were just like, you know, this really stinks. We weren't able to finish it up, but I do think they're going to. I just think it's a matter of, I think eventually they'll be able to. But man, it's just going to be like so. There could be such a monstrous gap, you know.
Yeah.
Because and then it's going to be weird, because then, like, the season will end, at least on the calendar. But then eventually when you come out of this, you're going to go back and film just 2 episodes. It's weird. I hope they're able to do it, because I have a feeling that whatever the last episode is just whatever the most recent one that they have filmed. It wouldn't make any sense to leave it off there, I'm sure, especially if you know you only got 2 episodes left. So I hope it doesn't end. It would be terrible. It'd be a terrible way for it to end. I mean, like, you know, when Smallville ended, I got my closure. It was tough. It was 10 years. That was 10 years of our life. And but my wife, we got the closure that we needed. Now this has been 15 years. I got to have that closure, man. I can't not have it.
That'd be rough. I don't know if I could take that.
Oh,
That'd be real tough.
not if it's like, this is probably my second favorite show of all time behind Smallville. Probably. I mean, and I've loved it, and I didn't want it to end. I was so sad when they said it, because like it never got old to me or stale, like because the premise of the show basically insists that you can kind of do anything and whatever you want, and they always, you know, it was always them fighting monsters or demons or ghosts or whatever, but I never got stale to me. In 15 years, it never did. I just always enjoyed watching the show. It was just a lot of stupid, dumb fun. And now it's, you know, coming to an end. I hate it when stuff ends. I'm not good with change.
I have a difficult time with like movies, you know, like like Inception and stuff like that. Although I love Inception, I think it's an amazing film. But I have a difficult time with movies that are open ended, and so which I also have a hard time when you can't finish a show. Like you don't finish the show because they end they decide to cancel it in between seasons or something like that. Like even the Lethal Weapon show, which I enjoyed quite a bit. That show. Did they have
to cancel it? Or wasn't the guy who played Riggs actually nuts? Like he was like Riggs?
Bananas. He went bananas. And then I don't know if he went to Daniel Day-Lewis on it and really dove into character. But so they ended up having to cancel the show. But not after that. Like he did that and they replaced him with Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott, yeah.
They replaced it, and it was good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. The problem is I think Damon Wayne. That's who. I think he had some health issues, and they were kind of on the fence with coming back. And he was like, I can't do it. I just can't do the show anymore. Yeah. And it was like, I was like, that was it was entertaining. And even with Sean William Scott, they kind of took a similar character. And it wasn't the same character. They didn't replace him. They made a new character.
Oh, so it wasn't Riggs?
No.
Did they kill off Riggs?
Yeah.
Oh, they did, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh. So it was Murtaugh and someone else?
Yeah, pretty much. And they had good chemistry. It was a good dynamic. It was still over the top fun show. Yeah. And then it just went away. It's like, that's, that Franklin and Bash, that was another show that I loved.
Well, you and I both loved that show.
That show
so did my
amazing.
wife. Yeah, that was.
And that didn't get its, the way that didn't get the send off it should have.
No.
That, there's Chuck, a show that I loved. Was
I
Zachary
didn't
Levi.
watch. I didn't watch Chuck. I know of it. Yeah.
I loved that show. That didn't get a great send off. I don't think either. But there are so many shows that I get stuck on, and then I just don't wrap up. And it's probably just because I don't pick good shows. It's not really true. I mean, I watch plenty of shows. I mean, I watched Friends for like 11 years or 10 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
I mean, so Arrow had its last season this year, so I'm done with that.
I went basically cable-less, kind of.
Yeah.
I like unplugged.
You cut the cord.
So I couldn't do it on Hulu. You can't watch it on Hulu. They don't have the CW. You have to go through their own app. Their app is terrible, so I don't use it.
Really? I use the app actually all the time. I never have any problems with it.
I had so many problems with it at the beginning. Like, it was like I couldn't watch it without commercials, and then I was like,
well, you do have to. There are the commercials. Yeah.
yeah. Then I'm like,
Yeah, so
I'm not.
They're
I'm
not
not
as
doing
long
that.
though. They're not as long.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it. So I just was like, nope, I'm good. And then
okay
I was gonna
with
wait for it all to come out on Netflix. So when it comes out on Netflix, then I'll watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's about the only part. Yeah, that's the only part I don't. Oh, jeez. Joe just sent me a text. He said, "Watching Shane and the Brine Man on a Saturday night at 9:40. God help us all. LOL. Awesome show, guys." Thanks, Joe. Well, we're here. We're here for you, Joe.
We're here and I'm eating, whole wheat Cheez-Its. Do you have a favorite Cheez-It?
No, I haven't had a Cheez-It in forever.
Oh, Cheez-Its are so good. They're addicting.
No, I don't.
I actually like the reduced fat one. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I haven't
It's
had
got
a
a good
Cheez-It.
crunch. You should partake sometime. That's
No.
what we've got here. I also have Cheez-Its, whole wheat Cheez-Its. I have
I eat
the buffalo pretzel chips and also
Well, we have those. We have tons of those the pretzel chips.
and honey roasted
Sash-
almonds.
Oh, honey roasted almonds. Okay. Yes, I love nuts. I love to put nuts in my mouth. Those are they're really fantastic.
Especially ones covered in honey.
A bag of mixed nuts, the healthy heart mix. Yeah, it's good for you.
Just all over your mouth.
Yeah. Do you want me to do a little show and tell?
I do. I want to do that. I want to also we want to get into some two normal things. Yeah, you gotta have some fun now.
What do you want to do first?
How much show and tell you? Actually, I had a question for you. I've been meaning to ask you this, and I always start the show and I'm like, I gotta ask him this. And I have it written down. I have to ask him, and I always forget. Okay. Have you been playing a lot of Golden Tee?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I play it. I actually play it with Caitlin. She's good.
Oh. She give you a run or she beat you?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. We played one time recently. I beat her by one stroke and I had to come back. She choked at the end. Otherwise I was going to win. Otherwise I was going to lose. She's pretty good. She's got great control of the roller. Really good. Like she's just got like a good stroke with the roller and I'm all over the place. Like I'm not good with it. And she's really good. She's very, very controlled. So I don't know. She puts up a good fight. She picked it up really fast.
That's amazing.
That's what scares me. I give her another couple months, she'll be whipping my ass. I'll be dead. Yeah. She'll be beating me left and right.
That's amazing.
But yes, I still play.
That's
I love
awesome.
it.
Oh man, I would love to have that.
I've still gotten my
Quarantine.
money's worth out of that and Rampage, which is right here because Lex loves Rampage. So
Oh, does he?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
of course
He
he
can't
does.
actually play it, but he's just like moves the Joy-Cons all over the place. And
Yeah. It's amazing.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I want to do a couple of. I gotta.
Okay.
Fuck you with the cell phones. Okay. I want to do a. So these were a couple of these were some recent. So I wanted to do some mini helmets. Mini helmets. So we got as you know, we have the NFL draft coming up, and this is a humongous year for wide receivers in the NFL draft. So I want to do like a little before and after of signed mini helmets. I love this one. This is a Mississippi Valley State Jerry Rice signed mini helmet. Even has his college number on the back, which was 88. Jerry Rice, number 88.
That's amazing.
And they were the Mississippi Valley Devils, so it even says Devils on the front. Nice Mississippi Valley State. So that's your before, right? Because that's Jerry Rice. To now, a young man who will maybe, hopefully, we'll see, be a star in the NFL this year and maybe many years going forward. A in many drafts, he is the consensus first wide receiver to be taken in mock drafts this year.
Okay.
From the University of Oklahoma, a young man by the name of CeeDee Lamb. This is a CeeDee Lamb autographed
That's
Oklahoma.
a terrible name, though, isn't it?
Oh my God, I think that's a great name for a receiver. CeeDee Lamb? Oh man, that just rolls right off the tongue. Yeah, so you got Oklahoma, CeeDee Lamb. So that's my before and after for wide receivers. But this is the pièce de résistance, and you are gonna love this shit.
Wow.
Let's call this Funko Saturday.
I'm going to be really happy if you pick up like an Andre Reed.
Why would I ever get an Andre Reed?
Because
Well,
he's
not.
amazing?
Where did he go to college? Did he go to?
Dude,
Well,
I hate
if
college sports.
it was on yeah, see, but I love him on the college helmets. See, the one thing I love, and I most of the ones I collect are college helmets, because the one thing I love is that it doesn't. When they went to college is where they went to college.
Right.
There's not going to be any. They're not moving anywhere in free agency.
Right.
So, okay, but this piece, this came this past week, and I was very excited about this. And if we had done the show yesterday, I would have shown it, since it would have been Funko Friday. But who cares? We're one day off. This is a Funko Pop. This is not just any Funko Pop. This was one of the Funko Pop exclusives that they sent me an email. And as soon as it was available that morning, I went on like right at 10 a.m. and I bought it. This is, oh no, hold on a second. Hold on. The dehumidifier is going off. I forgot to turn it on.
Come on.
Okay, here we go.
Now I can do this because you can hear it. That's what you just did.
This is check this out. This is a
This
10.
is huge.
This is a 10-inch golden Indiana Jones holding the idol with the whip. It's a golden Indiana Jones Funko Pop. Throw me the idol, I throw you the whip. Look at that thing. Indiana Jones Adventure, number 8.
That's amazing.
Funko Pop. There he is. There it is on the back.
That is absolutely amazing.
Look at that thing.
That's incredible.
10-inch Funko Pop, baby. That is...
That's incredible.
Yeah. That's good shit. That's good shit right there. Love it. Hold on, I'm going to actually...
Where are you going now?
No, I'm just putting it back in place. I have, like, no room for this shit anymore. It's ridiculous. I just don't know how to... Yeah. So, I was so excited when that came. I got a... Oh, no, I'll hold it. I'll hold that for another show. I'll hold that for another show. But I got some others, you know? A couple others came.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My funk... That's...
There we go.
That's another thing. Like, I'm
Try
just...
something different. I put us on different sides of the picture. What do you think?
Oh.
Can you see? Are you watching on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right,
I
check
see.
it out.
Well, right now I'm behind, so now I just see... I see you.
It feels really weird.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, it is weird. Okay, there I am. I'm on the left and you're on the right. I'm not used to this. Yeah, so that's the Brian Man show.
I find when I'm looking at myself, I'm looking more at the camera, though. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it does look like you're looking more at the camera, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I never look at the camera, only rarely, when I'm really serious about something.
I know. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, so that's show and tell with the Brian Man.
That's
Hope you
sweet.
liked
I like that. That's pretty cool. All right.
So I do some more of that.
Let's get into ASMR.
What?
ASMR?
I know, but why?
I was just chewing into the microphone.
Now I'm back on the other side of the screen again.
Mm-hmm. I had to do it. I couldn't keep it there.
It was weird.
It was weird. All right. We don't like change, right? That's what it comes down to.
Not a lot. No.
That was too much change. I
Yeah.
think so. All right.
I'm glad it's back to the
two
way it
normal
was.
things, when put together,
God.
are weird.
Yeah.
I would like to hear something. I mean, somebody's got to be watching. Where are all your boys? They should have us on in the background.
I don't
making fun
know.
of us.
If they are, yeah, I figure they probably are. If they are watching, yeah. If you guys have anything,
Tim
yes,
and Tim, and then
Tim
Tim
and
and
Timmy
Timmy and
and-
Tim
and I think
Tim
Doter.
Timberoo.
So I think there's at least a few of them. If you could think of any normal things, just two things that are normal, but when put back to back, are not normal. So if you want to text us some of those, I will read them live.
Or put them on the comments, and I'll put them on the screen live.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's all good. You're
Exactly.
flexible. Brian Man does
Not-
yoga.
And not even hot yoga. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Those days are over. I mean, there were never yoga days.
What
But
is that?
so I don't know. Do you want me to start this off?
Did you just send me a text?
No, I just liked Joe's thing.
I think I just got a text though. Who sent me a text?
Well, you did. I mean, you would have seen it. I
Oh.
liked Joe's thing.
Oh, is
so
that? Oh, he sent. I didn't even see that he sent us that.
yeah, he sent it to both of us. Yeah.
Oh man, why didn't he comment live on the thing, man? I could have put it up on the screen.
I don't know.
Jeez, man. You know what I'm gonna do?
You get like one person.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Ready?
Yeah.
Oops.
You screenshot it.
Yeah, oh, I did the wrong thing. All right, now I'm gonna come over here.
Where's
I'm
Clint?
gonna go like this. I'm gonna go bam. I don't know. He might not be
It's
watching.
all-
Maybe he's.
It's only 6:47 where he is.
Ooh.
Maybe he's having dinner with the family.
Maybe. His son's probably trolling us right now.
I would have liked to have had Clint on so he could have kind of walked us through his COVID-19 experience. Would have been interested to hear that.
Could have been interesting. Could have been weird. Could have been.
I
All
don't. I
sorts
mean,
of
I know a couple people who either have it or have had it, and it's not pleasant.
It's not what you want.
It's not what you want, as good old Joey Girardi would say. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's really kicking people's asses. This thing is, I mean, obviously, we've got. I mean, Connecticut. You and I know in Connecticut, we're a really hard hit state. Per capita, we're still really high. I think fourth at last time I checked, and then.
For sure.
I mean, I know I don't want this to get depressing, but I mean, I know the death count shot above 1,000 for our state just yesterday, and we have like 17,000 cases in the state and over 1,000 deaths. Now, what's scary is that I know it's not totally accurate, but it puts like the mortality rate in Connecticut at like 6%, which is. That's just fucking scary, dude. Because if it's
That is very
1,000,
high, yeah.
I mean, if it's 1,000, it's like 1,086 divided by 17,000 plus or whatever, and it puts that mortality rate around 6%. That is just frightening. It's frightening, man.
Yeah.
But I think those numbers are they're accurate in the sense, of what they are divided by, the amount of deaths based on the number of cases. Where it's not accurate, though, is that we truly have no idea how many people in Connecticut really have it.
Right.
Let's
Well,
be honest.
nobody really does.
We know exactly. Like, we know it's way more than 17,000. The deaths are what they are. That number is what it is. But the amount of cases, I mean, if you had to guess, wouldn't you think if the number that you're hearing is 17,000, wouldn't you guess that that's maybe half of how many people actually have it?
Yeah.
So it's probably more like that. I mean, Christ, either one of us could have it. We might not even know it. We could be asymptomatic. I mean, who knows?
Plus, a lot of the other countries weren't like really reporting as they should have.
Yeah.
And, and it is what it is. But it's a shitty thing that's going on.
The bottom line.
I actually edited another video today about talking about like week 5, like what to do, like how things moving forward, things going forward and stuff like that. I can actually send you the link when it goes up on YouTube. But it's
what?
Yeah.
Before we get into the back-to-back things, normal but not normal.
More fun stuff, more funny stuff anyway.
I want like, if you had to think of a couple things just off the top of your head, that when things quote unquote go back to normal, when we return to some semblance of normalcy, what are some things that you think are going to change?
So we kind of talked about this last show, right?
A little bit.
We dove in a little bit.
A little bit, but I mean, now this is sort of a more unscripted show, so
Yeah.
we're just sort of having a conversation and drinking some beer, and in your case, whiskey.
I don't know. I mean, it's a tough thing to say because I would have thought that the cruising would have probably been one of the things that were really impacted going forward.
You would think so.
But Carnival or Royal, one of them,
Royal Caribbean.
is already like booked up solid in the fall for the rest of the year going forward.
People just desperately want to return to normalcy, and I just don't know that it's going to be there. Here's a couple things I will tell you.
And I also, you know, my wife, one of her friends, somebody that I know who I also was friends with, you know, I mean, we went to high school together. So, but she was closer with it than I was. And she has, you know, been like a flight attendant forever and, you know, still doing it. And she said there's still people, like 70 people on flights.
Yeah.
Like, not that many people need to fly in an emergency to get to these places, but they're doing it.
Nope.
Kind of crazy.
My company, which a lot of, you know, depends a lot on people traveling, is completely cut off. There's no traveling whatsoever, no non-essential traveling whatsoever, and even I think essential traveling was cut now too. So there's a couple things in
your
the wake
job,
of this
man. It has to be like you have to be very kind of happy with your decision to be working from home.
Well,
so much. I mean,
my life in that sense was not terribly. There wasn't a huge adjustment,
right? But like also, there has to be a little bit more job security because there's
a little bit. Yeah,
you're working from home already. You have been trained. You have your home set up.
Yes, yes, I have a very.
Like they don't have to go and do somebody. You know, convert somebody else's house to.
Correct.
Everything's good to go.
Yep. And I've been, but I've been a work from home employee for almost.
And you happen to be a good employee.
Years. Well, I hope. We'll see. I guess. So here's a couple things for me. One, I think, and I've actually already started like shopping for some of these. Yeah. I think going forward, for at least for the very foreseeable future, in public, I'm going to wear a mask. Now, if I'm going to be forced to do that, I'm going to do it with some style. So I was looking on Etsy today, and I'm probably going to order a couple of Yankee ones. Mm-hmm. I saw 2 Yankees ones that I like. I'll probably get a Dolphins one.
Do you think you'll do that after the vaccine has happened?
No. Well, if there's a vaccine, no. If there's a vaccine and it's,
So this is short term. This is kind of like within the next 6 to 12 months.
Well, maybe 12 to 18 months. But okay, I mean, whatever you want to call it. But I mean,
if they fast track it, we're looking
at
in 2021, but it should be.
If it's a viable vaccine and life really truly does go back to normal, then yeah, I mean, I would. Although on an airplane, I probably would. I probably still would on an airplane, just because airplanes are just fucking disgusting anyway.
Even with the vaccine and everything, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but there have always been people.
Oh yeah,
on airplanes who wear masks.
It's not super. I mean, it's not that weird. It's a little odd to see it, but it's
well,
not
in
like,
hindsight,
it's not
now
like stare at them the whole time. You know, it's like
wow,
that's strange. All right, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, though, now it's really doesn't seem that abnormal. Now it seems smart on the part of those people. Now, am I telling you I'm going to wear a mask out in public forever? God, I hope not. But I could see it for the next 12 to 18 months, though.
Yeah.
The other thing, and again, this is all with the vaccine, I will not feel comfortable going to any sort of mass gathering until there's a vaccine.
Yeah.
So, for instance, in July, that autograph show that I'm supposed to go to that was already supposed to take place in this coming weekend, actually, that's out the window because there's not going to be a vaccine in mid-July. And that guy's going to have to cancel that show again. He's just going to have to either keep moving it and moving it and moving it to a point where maybe it'll happen, or he's just going to have to cancel it and suck it up and say it's not going to happen. But this is this guy's livelihood. It's his livelihood to do these shows. And I don't know how it's going to happen for him. He's got like multiple shows on his calendar throughout the country, and I don't see it happening. So I won't. Now that includes movie theaters, sports events, anything. I will not go to even church. Not that I was that good about going to church anyway. I'm not going anywhere where there's a lot of people. It's just not happening. And in fairness, I can't. I mean, for reasons that it's not. I can't. I cannot.
Right.
Expose myself. I will tell you that in the last, so it has officially been a month since my wife has left the house, and that the only time she left the house was for a doctor's appointment that she had to go to, and it's been a month since that. The kids have not left the house in, oh my God, two months easily.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that goes anywhere. And when I go out, let me tell you, I mean, I look like I'm trying to rob a joint. I've got the mask. So I don't have an N95, but I have a P95 mask. Mm-hmm. And then over that, I have a bandana. So it's like double coverage on my face. I've got goggles. I've got a winter hat. Okay, and then I've got the rubber gloves. And then I'm covered from head to toe. There's no exposed skin other than maybe like a little portion of like my cheeks right here. That's it. There's nothing exposed. And then when I get home, it's like this whole routine, which, you know, I think you and I have talked about already. So, yeah, it's for now, that's the new
lots
normal.
Of disinfectant, and lots of throwing just immediately in the wash, go right
Yeah,
into the shower and
right, exactly.
decontaminate.
Yeah, and that seems like life right now.
Well,
I mean,
it is. That
it
is life right
sucks.
now. Doesn't seem like it. It is. Like
It sucks.
if it's not, it should be.
It should be. And I mean, when we get deliveries, it's obscene. We have like a whole system. Like, I'll bring the stuff in, we unload it, immediately throw the cardboard in the garage, get it away, and we, you know, and then Melissa, like, I'll like unpack stuff, and she'll start washing it with soap and water. Then I'll dry it, and then we put it away. But like that shit can take like an hour because, so like yesterday, for example, I honestly don't even know how many packages we got yesterday. Seriously, it might have been like around 20 between like multiple different deliveries. Then we had 2 different dairy delivery drop-offs. So we had one from Mountain Dairy and one from Farmer's Cow. The Mountain Dairy was 2 gallons of whole milk, 4 things of sour cream, and 24 eggs. And then the Farmer's Cow, which was sort of an ad hoc delivery. We weren't even planning on it, but Melissa was like, you know, you made that cake. It'd be awesome if we had some ice cream. I'm like, okay, I'll call the Farmer's Cow. So we got another gallon of whole milk, another dozen eggs, and then 4 half gallons of their ridiculously awesome ice cream.
I didn't even know you could order from that stuff.
Yeah, and they'll deliver, and it's it's contactless. They just drop it right on your porch. Boom, that's it. The dairy place. So the Farmer's Cow, they'll at least take the credit card over the phone. The dairy place is real old school. You place the order online, and then all they tell you is they send you an email confirmation saying just to put put a cooler on your front stoop, leave the check in the cooler, and that's it. No credit card. You don't talk to them. You just put the check in the cooler. So I wrote out a check for the amount plus a tip, you know. Put it right in the cooler. They came. They backed their dairy farmer truck up. That place is in Stores right near Yukon. Yeah. And they put the stuff in. They took off, and that was it.
Why don't they just use credit cards?
I don't know. I don't know.
Or like Venmo or something. Like PayPal. Do something.
No idea. Very old school. It's an actual farm. Farmer's Cow is a little different. I mean, they're also a farm, but yeah, that is the one. So we have not had to go out. I haven't been to a grocery store in probably 2 months now. I haven't had to because BJ's also delivers through Instacart.
Do they?
And yep.
Oh, Instacart, yeah.
Yep. So I do that.
Interesting.
Do that same thing. I already had one, and I'm expecting another BJ's delivery. It could be tomorrow. I don't even know.
Actually, I have Omaha Steaks out in my porch.
Omaha! Yeah.
Peyton Manning.
Yep.
I have the Omaha Steaks out in my porch right now. Got a bunch of chicken.
But that's
some
like
steaks,
that's how crazy. That's
beef.
how much I will not go to a grocery store.
Yeah,
I will not. Refuse.
That's good to know though, because I would love to order. Do they limit amount of eggs that you can order?
I have not. No, we have so many though.
The grocery stores are doing like, you know, take one only.
We have.
I haven't really been out in a while.
This is not an exaggeration. We have 6 dozen eggs right now, probably in the fridge.
That's
yeah.
Nice.
And then we've got a ton of whole milk. And the only reason we have the whole milk
is I bought a bunch of egg beaters. That's what I did, so I can eat some eggs, so I get some protein. Yeah, I like that way.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of whole milk because that's what Lex drinks for his nap and at night before he goes to bed. He drinks 16 ounces every day. So we have whole milk. And then there's some that you can get that lasts a little longer. Like it can go out a month or 2. And then there's some that is, you know, much more like the dairy farm stuff that you've really got to use within like 10 days. So will some of the ones within 10 days though, you could freeze them. You could actually freeze whole milk and then use it at a later time. So we'll freeze some of those. Like, in other words, right now, we have enough whole milk to last Lex 2 months. Like, I wouldn't have to get any at this point.
Wow.
We've got three gallons in the freezer chest in the basement. And then we've got, I don't know how many more half gallons upstairs. Plus, I've got like 2 more
I
half
wouldn't
gallons.
even have thought to like freeze it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, either. Somebody told us about that, and it worked. It works. And it thaws very quick, too.
Does it?
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. I would have thought it would like change the consistency.
So what's interesting about it is it gets, when you freeze it and you take it out, it looks yellow.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it thaws, it's
Back to
what?
milky
It's
white.
back to white, yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It's really weird.
That is
But
weird.
but it works. It works. And I have not had to go to a grocery store. And I'll tell you, I feel, even, and obviously I don't know about you, but we get restaurant deliveries. We're doing our part to try and help local restaurants.
I refuse, just because if I don't see it again, like it's my germaphobe in me. Like if I don't see it getting
I get
prepared,
it. Yeah, I get it.
I can't do it. Like as it is, like I'm so cautious with everything else. Like it's one of those things. As soon as we're able to go back out and kind of be semi-normal, yeah. But or like the curve really starts dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But as of
Well,
right now, I just can't.
What we do, so like, there's a place down the street, mile away. They'll deliver contactless, put it right on the stoop. They put it in, brown bags, but everything that they do is in styrofoam. So as soon as we pull the styrofoam, as soon as the brown bags go immediately into the recycle bin, and we get rid of those. And then with the styrofoam stuff, again with the soap and water, we just put soap on a paper towel. Wet the paper towel, and then we wash it all down completely.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just,
You didn't knock over your beer, did you?
Yeah, I did a little bit. Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to clean that up?
Yeah, a little bit. Hold on, I gotta go grab a paper towel. I'm just gonna roll. I'm not even gonna get off my chair. This is how lazy I am. I'm gonna roll over to this door here, go into the supply closet, move door, fucker. Then I'm gonna grab 2. Oh, that's 3. That's too many. I could probably just get away with one strip. Close up. There's a 32 pack of toilet paper right there. Don't act like you're not impressed.
Dude, you're rich.
We got this, and then we're gonna absorb here very nicely. Oh man, a little even got on the laptop. Splashy splashes. Hey, this is alcohol. Does it count as like cleaning? It's not 60%. There you go. Look at that.
Wow.
Well, it's a red.
Purple,
This is like
yeah.
a raspberry. Well, it's a raspberry sour. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't lose much.
I didn't realize how rich you were in the new gold toilet paper.
Oh God, yeah. Well, that was a BJ's thing. They had it in the cart. You know what else I like about the Instacart thing with BJ's? Is you can add to your order before it gets picked. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and you can add and remove stuff.
Yeah.
You can put in replacement options. It's
I
pretty
did
great.
that with Peapod.
Yeah.
Stop and Shop. Yeah.
Stop and Shop is not even doing Peapod right now. They basically can't. I think they just couldn't keep up. I don't think.
Oh, your Stop and Shop account?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Ours is still working.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe for you.
Yeah. Must be an area thing.
It could be. Yeah. It's a great thing.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Definitely pool each other's knowledge as far as like the Farmer's Cow, Omaha Steaks, all those different places that you can order from.
Do you have a farmer's cow? You don't have a farmer's cow near you, do you? You've
But,
got to
like,
have
it
You've got to have a dairy place down there, though.
That's
Of
what
some kind.
So I gotta look. I gotta
Yeah,
look around and
there's-
see what
there's
I
gotta
can
be.
find. Yeah. I didn't even look. I didn't even think to look for that stuff.
It's great. Dairy is awesome. The fact that you can get dairy delivered to you, eggs, milk, sour cream, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about sour cream. It's not my jam. But I love cottage cheese.
I can't do the consistency with cottage cheese. The chunks, it's just not. Sorry.
I like myself some cottage cheese. I like cream cheese, but I don't eat it very often.
It's tremendous.
Cheese in general, the Cabot,
Cabot's good stuff.
lactose free. You like how I got the jam in the background too now?
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this jam. It's weird, but it's all right.
It'll grow on you.
Sure.
The title of my sex tape.
It'll grow on you. Okay, so we are talking about. I know we're going to talk about
I'm a fan.
strange things. No, normal things that are strange when done back to back.
Two things that are normally normal.
Do you want to start?
Back to back
Do you want to start,
are not so normal.
or should I start? It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do one. I mean,
Hey,
I already did the going to the bathroom and then brushing your teeth. Like that's probably something you shouldn't do. That's what I said last week, real quick, to give you like an example, I guess. I think that after you catch a fish, like people clean it to get ready to eat it. So I would say catching a fish, cleaning it, and then throwing it back.
That would be, yeah, that would be pretty weird. Although if you're just trying to feed the other fish in the water, I suppose that makes sense. Here's a weird one for you. I wanted to actually mention too quick, just before I forget, because I know I'm going to forget. I watched a couple of movies last night because we did movie night with the kids. So we watched one of which I had already seen, but we watched Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which I thought was okay. I would give that a Cinnabros 6 out of 10.
That's funny that you mentioned Cinnabros.
It was okay. It was okay.
Because Chadwick Davis,
Yes.
Sir Chadwick, sent me a text the other day, and where is it? He was just like, "I miss this so much," and he sent me a YouTube video of a show that we did together. And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, we really should have won an Oscar or short film, or best short film or something, or a Grammy or something. It was a fun time. And he was like, it was a really good show, and like we had good chemistry and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, it was a really fun time. I really enjoyed it, and it's too bad that it had to come to an end, but it was good.
We all moved on to different things.
It was and it really had to do with just the location. Like, I moved. Yeah, my office went from a like 5 by 20 to a like 10 by 10.
In the Zoom world that is now, we should do a Zoom show.
We could.
Like probably you, me, Chad, and what's her name, Liz, right?
I don't even know. I haven't seen Liz in forever. I don't know what she's doing right now. Yeah, I don't even know if her and Chad are like still doing shows together and stuff. I don't think they are. I don't think. I don't know what Chad's, But yeah, we could definitely meet. I would do it. We might be able to find Brandon.
Yeah. Oh yes, that would be great. Well, dude, in the Zoom world, I mean, what the fuck are we? No one's doing anything. We're all fucking.
We don't need to Zoom it. Why would we need to Zoom it? We could do it on this.
We just do it on this. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I would do it.
That'd be tough. I'd have to come back. What's up, Cinemaniacs? I
would definitely do that. So, anyways, we watched that Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Should I gain 60 pounds for the role?
That'd be great. If we all just want to throw back a little bit. But what was interesting about that movie was, so Caitlin, my oldest daughter, read the books. She loves the books. And she it was so funny. So after the movie, the first thing I did was I turned to her. I'm like, so what did you think? And she's like, it was okay. She's like, I've got all kinds of issues though that I need to talk about. And I'm like, okay. So I just let her ramble on for about a half hour, and I had no idea because I didn't read any of these books, and she was just going on that. But she was very passionate about it, so it was kind of fun. But that was good. And then we watched Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which I had already seen and I liked, and they both liked it too. Actually, they both liked that. They thought it was good. Okay, sorry. I wanted to mention that before. So let me tell you about the two normal things that I think are weird when going back to back. So one normal thing to do is to urinate, to pee.
Yes, that is very, very normal.
That's a normal thing to do. What's another normal thing to do in the bathroom? Taking a shower. You know what's not normal though? Peeing and then immediately going into the shower.
That is not
normal.
Why
not just go into the fucking shower and pee?
That's true.
Because you see, the pee goes down the drain. You see what I'm saying? So why waste the flush? Like, you don't actually have to. No, I'm not. I mean, listen, I'm not destitute here. I can afford to flush a toilet. That's not the point. The point is, just from a practicality standpoint. I mean, listen, think about it this way. When you went to college and you showered in the dorm, you didn't pee and then shower. You just fucking went to the shower and you peed. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you pee, flush your toilet, and then within minutes, if not seconds, go into the shower? That is just the stupidest thing ever. Oh, it's gross. It's going to get on your feet. No, it's not. No, it's not. If you pee and you aim properly, it should just go right down the drain. And you know what? You should also be washing your fucking feet anyway.
It's true.
It's not like you're showering and then you finish showering and then you pee in the shower. You pee while you're in the shower and the water's draining, you see. Mm-hmm. So I don't get that one. That's a weird one to me. Like, if you got to go to the bathroom, but you also need to shower, just hold it in if you can and pee in the shower. I don't know. Honestly, I swear to God, I'm pretty sure I pee almost every time I'm in the shower.
At least once.
Yeah.
I will go sometimes 2 times, maybe 3, depending on what's going on. Who cares?
How long of a shower are you taking?
It's just the sound of the water. It makes you have to go a little bit more.
Oh, it does, without a doubt. Yeah. So that one never made sense to me. So that's one of mine. You got another one?
Yeah. I mean, since you're going to the bathroom, I'll just break this one out. I mean, that's this is the. I don't know if I've had quite enough whiskey for this one yet, but since you were talking about the bathroom and going to and peeing, I had 2 things that are normally normal.
Okay.
But when you do them back to back, in this way, they're very, very weird. Wiping your butt and then pooping.
You say you want it to be clean on the way out?
Very strange.
Do you ever find it really strange when you get one of those clean poops and you wipe and there's nothing on the toilet paper?
You got to go back for a second wipe just to make sure.
Yeah.
You're not now, though.
Like, you're like,
not
no,
now.
Awesome.
Now you're like, woo! Yes, no, I don't waste
right.
toilet paper.
Exactly. Toilet paper being the commodity that it is.
What did I eat today? How did I do that? Do I have to put more olive oil in my diet?
So here's a weird one. So now the new normal, of course, is people staying at home, right? We're all social distancing. I've got a couple of these, by the way. So if that is a normal thing at this particular point in time to stay home, that's normal. You know what else? You know what else is normal? It's normal, especially in states like Florida. It's normal to go to the beach. You know what's not normal? When you're supposed to be under fucking stay-at-home orders and you go to the beach. Those fucking things are not normal. See those fucking assholes in Jacksonville. What the fuck? I have to listen. We got to talk about Florida. Okay. What is going on with Floridians? My parents live in Florida. I don't understand. Like, why do you know that probably one of the most popular gifts being used right now? Yes. Just yesterday. Just yesterday, the Jacksonville beach was flooded with thousands of people. They had like a helicopter shot of it. There's fucking thousands of people walking on the beach. What the fuck are you fucking idiots doing? Why? Why are you so goddamn stupid? Why? Stay the fuck home. There's no reason for you to be on the beach. Supposedly, you cannot put a towel on the beach. So what are you doing? Are you just getting out of your car, just running into the water? You can't lay on a towel on the beach, apparently. But you can walk the beach, and you can go in the water. But you can't lay on the towel on the beach. Why are they letting people on beaches? Why is Florida so fucking stupid? Did you see?
Florida man is a real thing.
It is one of my favorite gifs right now going around Twitter. It's the Bugs Bunny episode where he's sawing Florida off the map and Florida floats away into the fucking ocean. That needs to be a reality. Like, what? There's no need for you to be at a beach right now. None whatsoever. Listen, I understand, okay? this whole thing sucks, and in a lot of ways, it's been a humongous inconvenience for a lot of people, okay? But listen, is it such a fucking inconvenience for you that you got to stay away from the beach for a few months? Just relax it a little. Stay at home. Be with your fucking family. You know what? This thing is awful. There's very few silver linings in this, let's be honest, right? Because people are fucking dying. So there's no silver lining. People are getting sick and people are dying. We've had 100,000 plus deaths throughout the globe. It's a global pandemic. This is something we will never forget in our lifetimes. We will always remember this period in time. But the one thing I will tell you is that it's been nice being locked up. It's not a bad thing to be locked up in the house with your family. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being home with the kids, with the wife. It's cool. I'm okay with it. In fact, it might even be strange to go back to normal after this because we've only been doing it for like a couple months, but it feels like much longer than that. But you know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind like some of these cool routines I've gotten into with the kids now, doing the family movie nights every Friday night, watching 2 movies, and it's been fun. And I hope that like that stuff will continue. I hope it doesn't go away. I will tell you the one thing that I think is going to happen for me, that's going to be a normal, because I'm going to be deathly afraid of grocery stores for a long time. This whole BJ's delivering thing and getting food delivered, that's going to be a normal for me for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. A really long time. So that's all right. So anyways, that was my second one. What else you got? I got a couple more.
All right. I put you on the screen. You were gone. So I was I'm letting you go. I'm letting him go.
Forget it.
Brian
He's
Man
rolling.
went
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
Brian Man's going rogue.
Germans, forget it. He's rolling.
All right. This is a common one. This is something that everybody does.
Okay.
That is everybody has done at least once, by accident even.
Okay.
Brushing your teeth and then drinking orange juice.
Yeah, you're right. Which you're right. It is.
It's a very two very normal things, but together weird. It's weird.
How about this
Tastes
one?
good.
How about brushing your teeth and then eating peanut butter?
I don't know if I've ever done that.
It's weird. Well, it's weird because when your mouth is like that fresh,
Yeah.
and you put stuff in it that sticks to your teeth, it's bizarre. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling.
You know what else is a weird feeling? I want to get into this now, just because.
That's what she said.
I just want to get into this now. Settle my sex tape. Which, by the way, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's what I want to get into because he says that all the time.
Yes.
I have to talk about Boyle. There was this episode where.
Are we gonna go back to that? I still got a couple more.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. I mean, we got it. Yeah, we can keep going.
Okay.
But we. So
if I remember the episode.
You absolutely 100% will. If you don't remember this episode, I don't know how then you haven't watched it. That's the only way.
Does it involve Nicolaj?
No, it doesn't. It does not. No. So at least I don't think so. But this scene does not. Okay. So there is a scene where there needs to be a distraction. And
I think I might already know it. Go ahead.
The two wonderful buffoons, Scully and what's his Scully and what's the other guy? I'm drawing a blank on his name now.
Yeah, so am I.
What?
Wow, why am I drawing a blank too? Oh God, it's not good. It's not good when
one of both drawing a blank.
It's not good when usually one of our brains is working.
Yeah, we can replace the other person with. Oh, what is it?
Terrible. Now I gotta look it up. Shit, that's really bothering me.
Something in Scully. Scully.
Hold on. Hold on. Please hold. Wait for it. Wait for it.
The title of your sex tape.
Still fucking waiting. Oh, Hitchcock.
Hitchcock, yes.
How the fuck did we?
I don't know.
That's terrible.
That was absolutely terrible. They're so funny.
All right.
So, Hitchcock and Scully had to had to make a distraction.
Yeah. Okay.
So they immediately just start punching each other in the junk.
Oh yes, yeah.
One person punches the other person, the other person.
Yep,
And they keep going to the point they get on the floor.
Yes.
And they're in like a 69 position. And Boyle says, "Oh my God, they're in a penis punching 69."
Oh man, he's good, man. Joe Latrulio is good.
He's not just good, he's brilliant. Oh,
He's
my
really, he's a,
Lord.
you know what's funny though? He's like an outrageously normal human being. I listened to him on a Michael Rosenbaum podcast.
Oh my Lord.
He was good. He's funny though. He's funny. He's like one of those naturally funny guys. But a very like grounded and down to earth dude too.
I do love, like, you know, even the episode where Jake and Amy got married and stuff like that. He's like, "Oh, you have to do this." He's like, "And let him put his baby inside of you so they can make more Jake."
Yeah.
Like, he's just absolutely brilliant. Boyle is brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. That was this penis punch 69 was just one of the greatest lines. I will hopefully
those
remember
two.
that forever.
They're so great.
Oh. Which one? Hitchcock and Scully?
Both of them. Those two
Oh,
are so
the-
great.
Yeah, everybody in that show.
It is
Boyle.
like the perfect cast.
Yeah,
It's
is.
the perfect cast.
I do like what they're doing with Rose's character now too. How I guess in real life she's bisexual,
Yeah.
and they made her character bisexual.
Yep.
They kind of wrote it into the
Stephanie Beatrice. Yeah.
yeah, and they consulted her and everything on like everything, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was very interesting, like the way that they took her character in this. How like there was a scene where, Sarge is trying to like get them to. He's trying to get these two, him and this other girl, to like kind of like hook up, and they finally like kind of connect. And then something happened with a veil or something like that, and he started freaking out. And Terry was like, he like totally changed his tune. He's like, "Forget it, I can't believe this." But like the whole dynamic that they have going on with her is pretty cool. I like it. I like her character in general.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. Yeah. They had the solemn episode too, where I think it might have been that episode, the Penis Punch 69, where Rosa was in a like a shootout. Like there was a big shootout that she was involved in. I think that might have been the episode, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't recall.
Yeah, it was like like a scary shootout. Like they didn't show her; they just kind of were hearing about it.
Yeah.
And Amy and Gina Linetti are fixing a toilet.
Oh, I miss Gina.
She's back now. I don't know. Did she leave again?
Yeah, she's not there.
She left again.
Yeah.
Good. I don't like her.
Oh, really?
She's my least favorite character.
Oh, really? I love
Yeah.
her.
Just saying.
I mean, but you know what? The show. I will say this though. It's a testament to how great the show is. She left it. It's still like I haven't like I like her and I miss her, but the show's still great.
Her
without her.
character was totally different than everybody else.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
Which I think-
so
which I think-
left field, which is fine,
Yeah,
but it didn't need her.
it doesn't need her, but I still think she was a great character. But it does. You're right. It does. Does the show need her? No, it doesn't. It's still really great on its own.
I don't think that the chemistry was strong. Like it was strong between all, but like not to the point of like I don't think like she was incremental to anybody in the show.
No.
Whereas like
I mean-
Amy and Jake, like their dynamic is very strong.
Yep.
Even like Boyle and just Jake, Boyle and
Well, her character was so
And Rosa
obtuse, and she was such a loner that losing her didn't really hurt the dynamic of the team.
I really thought, and I don't know how this is going to play out because you're further along than I am, but I really thought that Captain Holt was going to get the commissioner job and Terry was going to take over as captain. I thought that was going to happen. I don't know. Don't tell me if it happened.
No, I'm not gonna say.
But that's how I thought it was going to happen. And I think that they were still going to happen. But they just left to the point of where they're in the bullpen with everybody else now. Like that's the latest episode that I just left off on, which I'm very intrigued with. I can't wait to see how that plays out. But
Yep. Well, I'm not going to say anything because I know how it plays out.
thank you.
So, all right, let me go back to. So I'm gonna pull this back to sports a little bit because we do have the NFL draft coming up. So I actually thought this one's a little out. this one is I'm forcing it a little bit just to have a sports aspect to it because we've got the draft coming up, and I'm going to make it about the Miami Dolphins, and I'm going to put on some bitter beer face here because I'm so angry.
Not because you're drinking bitter beer.
Not because I'm drinking bitter. No, that beer was tremendous. In fact, I'll need to check that in to Untapped pretty soon. Okay, so here I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this as best as I can.
I'll put you on the screen by yourself. Go ahead.
So, one thing that is normal, two things that are normal. In an NFL world, it's normal for people to retire, right? It's normal for say a quarterback to retire. Okay, right? That's normal, right?
Absolutely.
Would you also say that it's normal for a team not to draft a quarterback with its first round pick?
Yes.
Sure, right?
Yeah.
Not all teams need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like right now, are the Buffalo Bills likely to use a first round pick at a quarterback this year? No.
Probably not. No.
Why
That'd
not?
be weird if they did. I mean, that'd be like the Josh Rosen situation, but no. I don't think so.
So you know what's not normal though? How about this? It's not normal when you lose a quarterback to retirement.
Yes.
And then in the year after that, and then the year after that, and then the year after that, and then for like another 8 years up until 2012.
Yeah.
So it's normal for a quarterback to retire in the year 2000. But it's not normal for that same team. See where I'm going with this, Dolphin fans? It's not normal to not draft that quarterback's replacement in the first round for 12 years. See, what happened was the great Dan Marino, possibly the greatest pocket passer and most accurate passer in the history of the National Football League, retired in the year 2000. Miami Dolphins, in back-to-back years. I don't even know if I got that right, but I just said a lot of back-to-backs. Did not draft a replacement for him in the first round. They did not use a first-round draft pick.
I'm putting some rain out there for you. So you could be like doing this in the rain.
Thanks. It's very loud.
It is very loud.
Miami Dolphins.
Very loud. How about this? That's all better.
That's better. So in 2000, number 13, Hall of Fame, one of the greatest quarterbacks who will ever live, walks out the door. And you wait 12 years to draft a quarterback again in the first round? I'm sorry. Can somebody tell me how that makes sense? Now, a little bit of a stretch here, the way I put these two things together. Yeah. But let's be honest. You know what's even weirder is that your quarterback gets up to a certain age where you know it's time to think about replacing him. And I have an example. And so not only is it weird that you wait 12 years after he walks out the door to spend a first-round pick on a quarterback, but isn't it also weird that you didn't actually do it while he was still with the team? Like, okay, this guy's not going to play forever. We need to start thinking about the future and drafting his replacement, who could actually – how's this for brilliant? The guy could be drafted and sit behind him for a year or two and watch the greatest pure passer who ever lived and learn from him. And then when that Hall of Famer leaves, then you've got this great first-round pick ready to step in who was sat behind Dan Marino for 2 fucking years, or at least even a year. Watched him, picked up things just by osmosis.
It'd be interesting to see who the quarterbacks were that didn't get drafted by them.
But here's an example of a team, and if Brandon was listening, I'm sure he would be the first to agree. The Green Bay Packers did not wait for Brett Favre to walk out the door. They drafted his replacement who forced him out the door. And guess what happened, NFL fans, with the Green Bay Packers? They won a Super Bowl with Brett Favre, and they won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
Joe Montana.
Fuck.
They ended up getting Steve Young.
Yes. You know what? It gets uncomfortable when you force a surefire Hall of Famer out the door. But you know what? That's the way it goes in the NFL. You are always...
That's Major League Sports.
But even
That's-
more so in the NFL because of the injury risk.
Well, yeah.
You're always thinking about the replacement for the guy that's there. You always have to be thinking about it. It's always got to be a concern. I don't get it. I've never. How do you not, in the very first year after he's gone, how do you not use your first round pick on a quarterback? I mean, even if I just had that 1 year as an example, it would still be viable. I've got 12 years. 12 years. Now, there were times when they used second rounders. John Beck, Chad Henne come to mind. Where are those guys now?
Chad Henne was amazing.
Yeah, Chad Henne. Piece of shit. I can't. Listen, that one I may be forced a little bit, but
A little bit.
I think it still kind of sort of fits. I wanted to bring some sort of a sports theme into it, especially with the NFL draft coming up in a few days, which I am outrageously excited.
When does that start?
Thursday, 8 o'clock.
Thursday. So we'll
Yeah.
talk about it a little bit. On Monday.
Live from Roger Goodell's basement.
Talking on Monday a little bit.
Yeah.
We can talk about it then.
Yeah. I got one more of these. Do you have another one?
I don't know.
I have one more. And this one kind of goes back. I'm going to bring it back to the
Go ahead.
social distancing thing. Do you want me to just go? I only got this. I only got one more. So, this is I'm gonna pile onto the Republicans here and Trump, which is strange as a Republican to be doing that. That's the shame that I have. That's just it's just unreal. Anyways,
Wait. So I wanted to do this and I forgot because I've been, I'm 2.5 glasses. Well, I mean, I've been drinking big glasses, but like, I wanted to say this. I was like, what happens if they get Tua? You're gonna be like,
crazy.
you're gonna be amazing.
I'm
You're
gonna.
gonna be so happy.
Yes,
You'll be
I.
like,
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
that's what you're gonna be like. You're gonna be stoked.
But the problem is, I think he'll be there at 5. I think after his bad Wonderlic test, which I think is so stupid, these guys with these stupid Wonderlic tests. I mean, I'm sorry. Dude, who really gives a shit if Tua Tagovailoa can say, well, train A leaves the station at this time, train B leaves the station at this time. What time will they both arrive at this point? This one's going X miles per hour, and this one's going this miles per hour. When will they meet at the? I'm sorry. I don't know why a quarterback needs to. You know what? As long as he can hit the guy on a slant over the middle, or if he can do play action pass, if he can execute a play action pass properly, if he can hit a guy on a post pattern, I really don't care if he can tell me when 2 trains arrive at a station, leaving
Does he know what a bubble screen is?
Yeah, I mean, as
No,
long as he
because
knows
you don't know
that.
what train left first.
Right. I'm sorry. I just don't care about that. I just think that's just so stupid. But yes, if Tua Tagovailoa is their pick, I'm going to be ecstatic. If it's Justin Herbert, it's going to be a different story.
Air Bear.
I'm not going to be happy about that. Don't you think that there's something in a name when it comes to a quarterback? Doesn't Justin Herbert just sound like a guy who's not going to be that good?
I don't know. I like him still.
Ugh. It's just way too much Ryan Tannehill. It's way too much Ryan Tannehill. Too much. It's just there's just too many similarities there. I can't get past it. And because he looks the part so well, just like Tannehill does. And it's not there's no it factor. The only thing that gives me a little bit of hope is that Brian Flores, the coach of the Dolphins, whom I like very much,
Yes.
has been on record as saying he wants a leader of men and a guy with a lot of it factor. And if he's looking at Justin Herbert and he sees either of those 2 traits, then Brian Flores and I have very different opinions about what a franchise quarterback is. Because I don't think Justin Herbert.
Who was that guy that you were listening to before? That was talking about like Justin Herbert's kind of like terrible, can't make throws, all that kind of stuff.
That was somebody on Pro Football Focus or something. I didn't even know who it was, but it was such crappy audio and his oration was so terrible. I couldn't even really respect it.
That's an SAT word right there.
Yeah. Anyways, but yes, if they pick Tua, I'm going to be. I don't even like the rest of the draft. And keep in mind. See, here's the thing for Dolphins fans. This coming Thursday night, I would have to say, not arguably, is definitively the most important night, the most important non-game night in the history of this franchise, because the future of their franchise rides on this first round. They have 3 first-round picks. The Dolphins are this is their first round. They are in the national spotlight. Everyone is going to be watching, especially. Think of it this way, too. First of all, the draft is always a huge deal. But imagine when there's no other sports going on. There's 0 other distractions. That people are quarantined in their house. The only thing they could do is watch Roger Goodell in his fucking basement announce draft picks one by one. And the Dolphins have pick number 5, 18, and 26. The world is watching you, Chris Grier. He's the GM of the Miami Dolphins, by the way. The world is watching you. The world is watching you and Brian Flores and whoever else in your scouting department. It's your night. You are on national display on Thursday night, and there is no other competition for you. And the world is going to watch you, and they are going to judge you very heavily based on what you do that night. And listen, if you're a Dolphin fan, you know what the Dolphins pretty much need to do in that first round. They got to take a quarterback. They almost certainly have to take an offensive tackle. And then the other draft pick is somewhat open for debate. It could be a safety. It could be a running back, depending on who you like. Could be, if they like Grant Delpit, if they like DeAndre Swift. There's a lot of guys. It could be an edge setter. It could be a linebacker. There's a lot. There are a number of positions they could go with there. They could even grab a defensive tackle if they want to have another guy to complement Christian Wilkins. There's a lot of guys the Dolphins could go with. But the bottom line is they are on display on Thursday night. The Dolphins are on full display Thursday night, and the world will be watching. Chris Grier has got more pressure on him than you could possibly imagine and to perform, because there's nothing else competing with them. The Dolphins are – I can't even think of a time when a football team has had this much of the national spotlight on them. It's their first round. 3 picks in the first round. It belongs to them. Thursday night belongs to the Miami Dolphins. And it's the most important because they're a team that clearly, just by the fact that they had as many free agents sign as them, what they did, that shows you that a lot of free agents, a lot of players felt very strongly about going to this team. And now you have to take that next step. You have to secure your franchise quarterback. So I'm sorry. Like that first pick has to be, in my opinion, a quarterback. If it's Herbert, it's going to suck. But you know what? At least I'll say, you know what I'll do? I'll drink a beer. I'll try and drown it away. And I'll hopefully just wake up and say, you know what? This is it. This is our guy. I'm going to go. I don't like it, but I'm going to get behind him because he's our guy. If it's Tua Tagovailoa, I'm going to drink a couple of beers because I'm going to be happy as fuck. But, that's it. But though, think about it. If you're the Miami Dolphins, Thursday night belongs to you. The world is watching, Chris Grier. Just saying.
Sorry, I haven't really been paying attention to what you said.
Don't fuck it up.
I'm glad you got your. I'm glad you got all your
Yeah.
angst out.
Some of it.
But I've been having a conversation with Clint. He showed up in the comments.
Yeah.
See
Yes,
that?
I see. I see that. Yes, I know.
And he was asking about stuff. And
He was
making sure that we're
probably
still alive.
He's probably having dinner with his family.
Yeah. He sent me an instant message on Facebook. And he was like, "Oh crap, I missed it." I was like, "No, not yet.
Yeah,
we
we're
haven't
still
finished yet."
Yeah, we're still in. I want to. Anyways, I got completely sidetracked because I wanted to go back into my final thing, normal things that are normal to do, but
I gotta pick another thing on the list.
but not normal back to back.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to bring it back to the whole world that we live in now, the life within and after coronavirus. So it's normal in this world to talk about social distancing, right? I mean, that's what it's probably one of the most hashtag terms in social media right now, social distancing.
Yes.
It's also normal. It's a very normal activity. Maybe not currently, but in the history of our world, it's very normal to shake somebody's hand.
Yes.
What's not normal is doing those two things, talking about social distancing at a podium and then shaking somebody's fucking hand when they come up to the podium to replace you talking. That's not normal. We're trying not to spread this fucking horrifying COVID-19 germ disease. And what does Donald Trump do on a daily basis? He sits at a fucking podium. He spews his, oh God, I can't even understand. He doesn't even speak. I don't know what language he speaks. It's not English, but he talks, and then he'll introduce somebody, and he'll do the thing where he shakes the hand, grabs the elbow, taps him on the shoulder, maybe a little pat on the face. What a God. Those two things in this particular environment, talking about social distancing and then shaking somebody's hand immediately after, are not normal. Doesn't make sense back to back.
Is a complete car wreck. I'm all in.
I got another rant.
Do it.
I mean,
wait. Do it.
I mean, you've heard it before.
Uh-oh.
I just want to say that as a lifelong Republican, and for so many years a very proud Republican, it pains me to see this party the way it is. First of all, this imbecile in chief. Every day, like clockwork at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, coming on to his national stage, and everything is great. We're great. The world is really good. Things are good. The tests are fantastic. I can't fucking deal. I can't deal with his voice anymore. It's nauseating. And not only do I despise him and his, we're okay, but this guy, I can't stand him, and I can't stand this fucking cowardly bunch of Republicans. These are not the Republicans. This is not the party that I actually grew up voting for. I have voted for a lot of Republicans in my lifetime, local and on a national level. I voted for George W. Bush twice. I voted for John McCain. I even voted for Mitt Romney, and Mitt Romney was a fucking train wreck. I have not ever voted for Donald Trump. I did not vote for him in that election. I certainly will not vote for him in this election. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them standing on a podium. I do not like them as the Republican candidate. I do not like them running for office at all. I can't fucking stand this motherfucker every day going up to this podium and a bunch of fucking lackeys, with the exception of Fauci, standing behind him, especially that fucking Steve Mnuchin. Oh my God. Oh, that motherfucker. You know what I hate most, though? Probably is that every guy, including him, him and every single human being that he has appointed as part of his cabinet, not one of them was qualified to do any of the jobs. Like the secretary, the education secretary, had like no education experience. It's unbelievable. We are supposed to be the best, strongest, and most advanced country on the planet. And because of this guy, we are single-handedly a third world country because of him. He has knocked us back to the fucking Paleolithic era. We're like Stone Age because of this guy. We should be the things that he's claiming we are. We're the best in testing. We have the greatest test. The tests are beautiful. They're beautiful. Beautiful tests. Lovely. I've seen them. I've had a couple. I came up negative because I have tiger blood. We're perfect. Everything is perfect. No, we should have. We should have the most fucking tests. We should be advanced in every way, and we are not. The South Koreas of the world are putting us to shame. Germany is putting us to shame. And now, listen, it's not a competition with those countries, but the point is we should be far more advanced than we are. But because of him, because he didn't take it seriously, he heard about this 5 months ago. What did he do? He golfed. And then he went and he told us, there's nothing going on here. I don't know. Mar-a-Lago. Where they also have the best cake. Best cake in the world. Best cake you've ever had. Oh, it's just I'm so embarrassed, dude. I used to be the most proud Republican ever. I used to, back in the day when I referred to myself as a YAR, which is Young Angry Republican, back in the day. Oh man, I used to support. I would get into arguments. You might even remember when you and I worked together. I don't think you and I ever talked that much about politics. We mostly always talked about the Yankees, but I used to get into it with people about like George W. Bush, I would defend. And this was when I was heavy into politics, and I actually knew my shit a little bit. Now I'm not as good as I used to be. I'm not as caught up as I used to be. But
you're not as good as you.
But I used to defend Bush and a lot of it. Sometimes I just did it just for the sake of doing it, and then it kind of got hard to defend him after a while, But for a long time, I used to love to defend him. That kid, this president is not defensible. I mean, for his followers, he is. For the sheep, the lackeys that support him, these idiotic trolls who support him on Twitter, they managed to do it, and I don't know how. It's very difficult. This is a really tough time in our country, and I'll tell you what. Do I love Joe Biden? No, Joe Biden is. He's not great, but I'll tell you this. I'm going to run to the polls and vote for that guy in November. or mail a vote in, whatever it is that we're doing, however it is we're going to be voting. And that will be the first time in my life, in any way, shape, or form, that I ever voted for a Democrat. But in this particular case, we have to get this guy out of office. We have to. As a country, it is incumbent on all of us to do our part. And listen, and I hope that people, because there may be some people who watch are just like, oh, this fucking guy's a liberal. And, we may have Republicans who watch, and they may be, this guy's just another. Listen, you are looking at a guy who has his entire life done nothing but vote Republican. But as a Republican, I will tell you, to my fellow Republicans, this guy is not a Republican. He's not. He's really not. He's only one in name, but he's not a true Republican. And all these other fuckers aren't either. Senator Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell's and oh my God, the whole lot of them. The whole fucking lot of them. It's an embarrassment to be a Democrat. I mean, to be a Republican right now. It's embarrassing.
You just threw that out there like that was so totally Freudian slip.
It's just embarrassing.
It's embarrassing to be a Democrat. I mean, a Republican. I'm so used to saying that.
I am. Well, no, I've never really said anything like that. I mean, I never really ripped Democrats. I never voted for them, and I always had my opinions about them. But in this particular case, like, I don't know how, as a level-headed Republican, how you could look at this guy, this president, and these last 4 years and say, yeah, this has just been an overwhelming success. At the first sight of a challenge, at the very first challenge, which, let's be honest, let's look back. If you look back at the last 3.5 years of his presidency,
yeah,
how has this guy been challenged? What has come up other than maybe school shootings? But school shootings did not start with Donald Trump. They've been around for a long time. We've had school shootings dating back to many,
it's been going on for a while.
Public acts of violence are not new to this particular president.
Yeah.
So what did Donald Trump face before this? Nothing. He faced nothing of real significance before this.
Well, he took credit for the economy and everything.
But what did he? But that was a positive thing. He took credit for something that went well. But at the first challenge, at the first sign of any sort of opposition, he has failed this country horribly, miserably.
Better watch out, Green Arrow coming after him.
Emphatically. What?
Said you better watch out, Green Arrow coming after him. You failed this.
Yes,
you
failed this country. Failed this city and country and everything. And you failed Americans. It's embarrassing, man. I'm so embarrassed as a Republican. I can't even tell you. Drives me nuts. Oh, God. Where's Ronald Reagan?
Reaganomics.
Where's Ronnie? See, now Ronnie was great. Ronnie was a great president. You know what? Even George H.W. Bush, who was a flawed president, but was a very good man, in my opinion. I mean, at least, here's the thing. At least with guys like, I can just keep rolling. I'm rolling. At least with guys like, so look, did I like Obama? No, I did not. But you know what? Good man. He was a good guy. He was a decent human being, and he was by no means a bad president at all. I can even openly admit that. Did he have his flaws? Did he have his issues? Yeah, sure he did. But you know what? What president hasn't? But he was at least a guy that I could say, you know what?
You keep talking. I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go right ahead. At least I'm not ashamed that Barack Obama was president for as long as he was. The guy got 2 terms. And I never once said, boy, this guy's a fucking disgrace. He's just a disaster of a I never said that. I will say though, I don't know how, if you're of sound mind and body, and you've looked at this president over these last 3.5 years, and how you could possibly say that this has been a success. It just hasn't. And for those of you who are going to tie any success of his to the stock market, I'm sorry, I'm going to argue with you on that, because I can tell you that the stock market is not a good measure of where we're really at in the country. It's not. It's based much more on the success of corporate America. There's a lot of emotion involved in that. I mean, let's be honest. The last 2 weeks, the last week or two, the stock market has rallied, and there's really not any good reason for it. There's mostly been bad news. There's been some decent news, some indicators that maybe we're flattening the curve, but there's still mostly been bad news. Death is rampant. The jobless reports are out of control. There's 10% of the country's unemployed right now. There's really no reason for the stock market to bounce back. I think it's bouncing back because I think traders are forcing it. I think they're trying to force the issue so that we don't collapse into a depression. But I'll tell you, if you're a Republican and you're, again, of sound mind and body, I'm not talking about these psychos on Twitter. If you are a level-headed human being and a Republican, and you think that this has been a successful last 3.5 going on 4 years, you need to get checked for something, because your head ain't fucking right. This shit has been such a disaster. I need another beer. Why am I drinking water? I don't know. Well, let's look at some of the comments here. There's always dementia, Joe. I don't really know what that means. Maybe I missed that. Quint for president. Well, I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know how. Quint would have been an interesting president for sure. Very direct. But I do think though that I think Quint values his life a lot more than $3,000, Chief. I'll find him for 3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10. I was just reading Clint's comments.
I hope you're still not talking about the president.
No, I moved
You'll
on.
catch him for 3.
I kind of moved on. Is forcing healthy people to stay home constitutional? Well, I think what I would say about that is that was good. That had a good sound to it. Well, at least this time you didn't hit the microphone.
Yeah.
No, listen, Clint, I think we're in unprecedented times. I don't think there's a lot of things right now that are constitutional. I'm the same person who thinks that they should institute martial law and have tanks rolling through the fucking streets. Now that's really extreme, and I also know that Americans would not respond very well to that. But we are in an extremely unprecedented time. Do I think it's forcing healthy people to stay home is constitutional? On paper, no. Is it the smart thing to do? Yes. If we want to flatten the curve, I guess this all depends on what you believe. Do you believe Trump or do you believe Fauci? I believe Fauci. I think handshakes should probably become a thing of the past. That's not going to happen. That won't happen, by the way. You know what? That'll happen for a little while, and then there'll be a vaccine, and things will, kind of get back to normal. Listen, I understand. We talked about some of this earlier before Clint hopped on. And that, look, is this an inconvenience for a lot of people? Yes, it certainly is. But it's a necessary, what we're doing right now, I feel a lot of these measures are necessary. Listen, we're all going to have different opinions, but I feel very strongly that staying home, maybe it's not constitutional, but it's the right thing to do, in my opinion. What do you think, Shane? I've done enough talking here.
I'm surprised we're still doing the show.
I was going to hang up. I mean, I always want to do that Garth thing when you leave, where I just start staring at the camera and I kind of have a panic attack, but I just was rolling, so there was just no need. Like, but no, so I want to hear.
Do I think it's healthy?
Forcing healthy people to stay home constitutional? I mean, I guess by paper definition, it's not.
Is anybody
constitutional.
forced to stay home?
Well, not technically. I mean, there's stay-at-home
It's more
orders,
peer
but they're
pressure than anything else.
yeah, it kind of is. I mean, yeah. Well, let's be honest. If you
I mean, I don't know about every community. I'm sure in certain communities they're probably being a bit more harsh than others because, the outbreaks have been a little bit more strenuous.
Now,
But
if you said is martial law unconstitutional, I would say, well, yeah, sure it is. I mean, that's extreme.
the
Bruce
crazy thing
Willis rolling down your street on the top of a tank is a little bit much.
the crazy
but-
thing about that though is that would make it so much worse, I think. Because I think then you would have all the people out there who normally would not go outside and do stuff, would go outside and protest, and would create the curve would be so much higher
Yeah.
because
Well,
they would just
the
be
other-
out there because the man says that they shouldn't be.
The other thing too is let's keep in mind, no one's technically forcing you to stay at home, but there's really no place to go right now. Everything's closed.
I like
So-
this question. What about the government determining which businesses survive and which businesses die? Now, I'd be interested to hear what he has to say on this because what is he exactly talking about here? Because the help that they are providing, or
Well-
which way is he going with this? Because
Because
there is help that they're providing to companies, like they were offering help to Boeing and all these other companies, but they wanted to buy an interest. They wanted to get a stake in that company, and then therefore they would have ownership in that company, as the government would be owning a certain company.
I have some thoughts on this.
So that's what I want to know, where he's
And
actually talking about.
I will tell you, and I'm not sure
because
that this,
there's another side of it where I think is being big time affected, and I can attest to this because I have seen it a little bit, and that is the medical community.
Yeah.
A lot of private practices. I would bet because of the way that this whole small business loan thing that they're doing is not working well, and
it didn't work at all.
Dwindled out, and
it's all been-
there's big hotel chains that are getting the money, and instead of like actual
ridiculous.
small businesses, which is ridiculous.
Yep.
And that is actually, you're going to have a lot of private practices
Yep.
be bought out by places like Yale and Hartford and all these other
Yep.
all these other private practices throughout the country.
Mhm.
And it's going to be more of a monopoly than it is of course it's going to be different hospitals, big hospitals, and then they're going to eventually all eat up each other.
Yep. Yep.
But that is unfortunately where it seems a lot of this is going, because a lot of these practices can't weather the storm for 6 to 18 months.
No. Yeah. No way.
Like, they're not getting reimbursed as well as they should in a time like this, and the way that things are going, it's going to be very difficult for a lot of practices. So it'll be very interesting to see how that works out.
I will tell you one thing that I was not happy about, and this is not really answering Clint's question. Maybe in part it is, but because it's sort of like this, choosing which businesses live or die. Sort of like this whole thing where doctors have to kind of choose between patients right now, like with ventilators, which is just mortifying. But I have never been happy with the fact, and this is, look, it's a little close to home because my brother works for the post office. Mm-hmm. We also know Joe, one of our listeners works for the post office, and I have other friends who work for the post office. So this hits a little close to home for me. But I have always been pissed that the government has not, especially with the post office, which has hemorrhaged money for years and been underwater for years. It would have been so easy on multiple levels, multiple times, both in this crisis and even back in 2008, for the government to bail the post office out and get them back to even. Because the post office, to me, is an American institution that we need and cannot and should not go away.
Yeah.
And
in a time like this too, where everything's getting delivered, it's kind of needed more than ever.
Yeah, and I just don't understand how this fucking goofball of a president did not, and he refused. He's got some sort of vendetta against the post office, and I don't know what it is. And he refused to bail out the post office.
And it's not even like this is new. Like, yes, it's
No.
more relevant now than ever.
Yes,
But
right.
even 6 months ago, how often were people ordering from Amazon? And a lot of packages do come via the U.S. Postal Service.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just FedEx and now US
And
UPS
UPS.
and stuff like that. Like FedEx and Amazon were having a little bit of a war for a little while, but
Yeah.
they're back. But yeah, I mean it's crazy. But he was saying Walmart non-grocery versus other store non-grocery. I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, but if I had to guess, it would be more because Walmart has built the infrastructure to be able to ship stuff online.
Yeah.
Like Home Depot is still open. I ordered a
Yep.
blower from them just a couple days ago. Yes, that's a huge store. That's a big store. I think it's more the small businesses that are going to struggle because they don't have the infrastructure. They don't all have Etsy sites and,
Right.
all these other Shopify or whatever sites that you can get. And other ways to order stuff from them and get stuff. It's much more difficult like that. Now,
Well, we all know the big
should they have had a
box stores are going to survive. The Best Buys are going to.
Yeah, I mean, but should they have had something along the lines of like a website to the point of where you could order stuff and they could ship it to you? Probably.
Yep.
I think that this is going to become more of a need than ever. Websites are not that expensive to make anymore. And, with like Square and PayPal and all these different companies, very easy for you to order stuff and get it shipped to your house. Just doing it online. And the problem is your stock isn't quite as plentiful, as bountiful as like a Home Depot or a Walmart who has these, robust warehouses full of stuff. So it's tough. I mean, it's more of, I don't know if it's necessarily, the government is doing a bad job of funding these small businesses like they said they were going to try and do. I think 4%.
Yeah.
Got like that's a ridiculous. Yeah.
And they blew, and the
ridiculous
small businesses that got it already blew through it.
Yeah, I mean,
Just trying to play catch up with payroll or whatever,
and
or overhead. I mean, it's
it's a very stressful time for everyone.
let's be honest. That whole
Sucks.
bill that they passed, the CARES Act, was not perfect. There were a lot of issues, but that's tough because you've got two sides of the aisle trying to work some of their own agendas into that thing, and it just was it just didn't.
There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. It's just.
I mean,
tough.
I'm not gonna bitch because I got a stimulus check,
Yeah, I didn't.
So, did you? Yeah, but you got something for the kids, right?
Nope.
You
If
get
you no, because my wife's pay then.
I still thought you would get 500 per kid, though.
No.
Okay,
No.
so
If
you're just
over
you're
that
just,
threshold. You get
You're over the
nothing.
threshold. Oh, right. If you're over the threshold, yeah.
You
Okay.
get zero. And
So we got the full.
this year,
Oh.
she won't make anywhere near that.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. We
So-
got the full.
It's very interesting. It's like,
Yeah.
this year's going to be a tough year. It's going to be
There's-
rough. So.
Yeah. Yeah. There's probably going to be. I would not be surprised if there's another stimulus. I would assume that there would be. There would be another one of some kind, and they were talking about trying to do monthly ones.
If
you
they
know-
want to, they need to do something. They need to fund all the businesses that are out there. That would help.
Yeah.
I think that would help better than giving people peanuts.
Completely agree.
Like giving individuals peanuts that they're going to just blow through real quick. Like you need to keep the businesses in order so everybody has jobs. And when people come back, they have a place to go to work and make
Yes.
money.
And I'm looking at what Clint said here, about the 350 or however many billions of dollars for small businesses. Yeah, ran out in 6 days. Yeah. Of course it did. That was not enough.
Well,
It was
not
not
only
enough.
that, they didn't give it to
wasn't-
the people that needed it.
Right. They didn't actually give it to the right people.
It's
I'm
ridiculous.
surprised the Democrats. But you know what? There was a ton of pressure. Both those guys were under a ton of pressure to push something through because the American public was just, breathing down their necks to get something done. And every day that they did get something done, the stock market just kept getting walloped. So,
Yeah.
it's been ugly, man. This has been some time.
It's a shitty ass time.
I really hope that we look back on this and say this was like maybe the most depressing and worst time in the history of our
interesting.
country.
Is that true?
But
You'll have to pay that stimulus back on next year on your taxes.
I don't think that's true. I looked that up multiple times, and every time I've seen an answer, it says no.
That's interesting.
It's not like an
It
advance.
seems like a very Trumpy thing to do, though.
It does, but literally everything I've read, and I've looked it up multiple times.
Yeah.
I keep saying no. You do not have to pay.
Usually,
it back.
stimulus is just it's not.
It's just right.
Yeah,
right.
Free money, kind of.
It's basically. That's what I've read.
That's what they're supposed to be doing with all that small business stuff. It's like, here's free money. Like, here,
Right.
try and keep yourself afloat.
Right. This is where the government steps in to try and help you out. It's not a loan.
Facebook was doing something cool too, like that. They were offering grants for that you didn't have to pay back. Unfortunately, for Connecticut, it was only going to like major cities like Chicago and like New York and places like that.
And one thing that I would like to be able to do, but I'm just so deathly afraid to leave my house.
Yeah.
I would like to donate blood because I have O positive blood, which is
So does my mom.
yeah, and that's the universal blood type, and I'm just like so afraid to go anywhere to have blood drawn.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like that's ground zero.
Well, not only that, like my mom only has one kidney. She donated her kidney to her daughter.
Yeah.
And she has asthma.
Yeah.
Like, so she shouldn't be going out. She was like, "Can I go out and do this?" I'm like, "Are you fucking nuts?" Like, you of all people. First of all, you're over 60. Second of all, you have asthma. Third of all, you only have one kidney. You're not going anywhere. Stay home.
Just stay in a bubble and don't go anywhere. Yeah. The one thing that's probably, if there's like the silver linings thing is tough because there's very few of those to be had. But I do think we're all going to be much more conscientious of germs and stuff like that going forward. I think people now, I don't know about you, I have for years, and so has my wife. We've always had like hand sanitizer in the cars. We've always had full bottles. Oh, by the
Couple
way,
years now.
I scored hand sanitizer on Walmart.com.
Shut your mouth.
2 days ago. I could not believe it. Could not believe it.
How did you get it?
I just lucky. I just looked there. It was there. I was able to put it in the cart. And of course, on Walmart, you got to it's like $35 for free shipping. So I was like, all right, I got to add a couple more things. So I got some dog food, got the free shipping and got it. I couldn't believe it.
What kind was it?
There's a silver lining for it.
What kind?
It was just their Equate brand. It was a 32-ounce one.
What'd you order? Like 30 of them?
No, they only let you get one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got one. But 32 ounces is a fucking ton of hand sanitizer. Like, it should be months for you before you go through that. So I grabbed the one. I grabbed a couple of bags of dog food and went on my way. So what Clinton is saying is you will see a question next year saying, did you receive a stimulus check in 2020? And then you'll have to put down how much you did, and then it'll come back and your tax form. Maybe on your tax form. I don't know. Everything I've seen is that this will not have to be paid. Maybe who knows? It's possible. It wouldn't shock me.
Did you get a stimulus check? No.
Yeah. No. Sorry.
I actually got a direct deposit.
I'm in the 1%er. I didn't make that. I didn't have to get that. I wish I was a 1%er. No, I did not. No, I really didn't. Actually, shouldn't you know? You're the fucking government. Shouldn't you know if I got it or not? Tell you what, I'm going to leave this up for you to figure out, okay? I'm going to put no and,
I don't know. I saw
I
something
don't know.
in my account.
I don't know, man.
Did it say stimulus on it?
No, it says, here, I'll tell you what it says. Let me go into my, no, it's got like some weird code to it. Okay. Wait for it.
This is the 72959650149.
So it
Is there a
says,
niner in there?
ACH credit IRS TRES, TREAS 310 tax REF. So ACH credit IRS Treasury 310 tax refund. Yeah, and it just showed up there on Thursday or Friday. I don't know. Hey,
What the
we
hell is this?
we used it. I mean, it was definitely it was.
Moisturizing hand sanitizer?
Well, can you show me the picture? I'll be able to identify it
I
immediately.
don't know. I'm just like clicking on shit now. Like I've done so many. Although I did hear that there was. So, and this is my problem. I heard at our local pharmacy, the local pharmacy, like Killingworth, they were making their own hand sanitizer. And I was like, oh, sweet. But I don't want to leave the house.
No, right, exactly. Let me see if I
I don't
can
want to have to leave the house to pour that over my head to get back home.
see. Yeah, see, I can. So the one that I got, I can see it's not even here anymore. It's not. I'm looking on the Walmart app. It's not here. I mean, there's some that say it's our purchases, but the one that I got was the 32-ounce Equate.
Yeah.
I could even actually show it to you on my if you look at my orders. Here, let me go to my purchase history, and
Yeah, yeah.
they're preparing the order. So it is yeah, it's this Equate moisturizing hand sanitizer with vitamin E 3 4. It's this one right here. Kills 99.9% of germs. Do you see it?
Whoa. Hold on.
See this one here?
Shh.
Did you just shush me?
Yeah, I found one,
Okay, great.
but I can't figure out how to purchase it. It says there's 3 left.
Oh, where is it on their app?
No, it's on their website.
Oh, well, whatever. Good for you.
If I can figure out how to buy it.
What brand is it?
Equate
How big? Is it that one? Is it the third?
is 30 ounces.
Okay. Yeah, that's big.
Title of my sex tape.
Or something.
Did
Yeah.
you use Lysol during the COVID-19 pandemic? You may be entitled to compensation. Future commercial.
Well, they had a 16. Yeah, see, the one I got was actually that 34-ounce one. That's what I got. Yeah, now that one says out of stock. Yeah, I don't see a 30 one though.
Yeah, well, I'm trying, but I can't. There's no place to buy it.
There is, of course, always the distinct possibility that I could get a cancellation notice about that too. So I'm not like holding my breath about it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. But I will definitely be thrilled if we get. I don't need it. We have a ton of small bottles. I've actually only gone through one of the little. Oh, well, just one of the little bottles. So we've done pretty well.
Oh, I haven't had much hand sanitizer in a while.
Yeah.
Like I've been going off of like droplets here and there.
Yeah.
It's not been much.
I only use it when I go out, and I don't even use it on my hands because I always have gloves on when I go out. So it's just on the gloves. I use it on the gloves. So like I went to the dump today, dropped off all the stuff, didn't even come in any contact with anybody, and I still get in the car and I put the hand sanitizer and I wipe it all over the gloves. It's ridiculous. You saw the picture, right? Did I show you the picture of like what I look like when I'm out in public?
You did not.
Okay, you want to see it? Hold on. This is basically me out in public. Take a look.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I want you to do the show like that on Monday.
Oh, I could do a show like this. Goggles? No, not the goggles. The goggles are too uncomfortable.
Should I buy a $54 bottle of hand sanitizer?
How big is the bottle?
128 ounces.
That's a big fucking bottle. That's a lot. How big? Hold on. Do you have a visual? I'd like to see that picture. That's humongous.
The title of my sex tape.
Okay. Just show me the fucking picture, please. I want to see 128 ounces. That's a ton.
It's a gallon. I can't even get it over.
Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like fucking windshield washer fluid.
Yeah.
It's unreal. That is disturbing.
It's
Hey, I got a free coffee.
62.5% ethanol. Wow.
I got a free beverage at Dunkin', baby. That's the other thing too. So like today, so after the dump, like go to the Dunkin' drive-through, pick up I place the order in advance, so it's just a very quick transaction. They hand me 2 cups of coffee and the box of Munchkins, and then we get home, and the first thing I do is I wipe the cups of coffee and the Munchkins down with a soapy, wet paper towel, and then of course, dispose of, it's just like we're extreme, but we have to be. I've told Melissa on multiple occasions, I'm like, look, if I get this, I'm too much of a weakling. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna make it. So now, did you see the story that said it's possible that COVID-19 has been in the United States since October, and that we could have had it? People could have had it in October.
Of course.
And I said, and it was funny. I was FaceTiming with my mom today, and I was like, I'm like, it almost makes me wonder if I had it in November when I got like so grotesquely the worst I had ever been sick in my life. Granted, it didn't last that long, but I had never felt anything like that in my 42 years of existence on this earth. I've never felt any kind of illness like I did then in early November when I got, and it was just awful. And I will be curious, to have a test to see if I actually have the antibodies, to see if if Clint's still there,
well,
I would
the CVSs are doing the instant testing.
Yeah, but
15 minutes.
But that's if you have symptoms. You not anybody can get a test. So, and I wouldn't take a test away from somebody who needs it. I'm not that kind of asshole.
Well, they are.
If I start,
I guess they have an abundance right now. They're booked out already to like. Like next month. Not really, but like they're booked out far in advance.
Yeah, probably a few weeks. Yeah. I mean, look, if I start feeling like dick, of course I want to get a test. But as of right now, I would never do that. I would never try and take a test from somebody who probably truly has to have it. But I'm curious though, Clint, like if you don't mind me asking, was there anything, and I know when he had it, he was talking to us a little bit about it, but was there anything that really stood out to you about this particular disease that was just so different than anything else you'd ever felt in terms of cold or flu? Or was there anything that really stood out? I mean, I know we hear about all this stuff. Well, this really seems to wreak havoc on the respiratory system, puts a lot of pressure on the lungs, and but was there anything else that was just different and distinct that stood out to you? I'd be curious to know about that. If you're still there. I think he's still there. I mean, there's fucking 2 people on. Oh, there they are. One's him, and maybe the other one's Joe. I don't know. We've been going at it for a while here. That is definitely not the title of sex. No, it's not. You're like me. You're a 2-pump chump, and then you're done. You're done.
Title of my sex tape. Going at
That's
it for a while.
two pump chump is the title of mine. 2-pump chump on demand. Ask my wife, Melissa.
Okay.
I can hear her. She's upstairs now. She's doing something. Lex is sleeping, so she's upstairs probably getting some steps in. Oh boy, this has been fun.
She's upstairs doing something. Title of my sex tape.
While I'm down here, fucking Skyping with a friend. Hey, what are you doing up there, honey? Who's in the house? We're supposed to be sequestered. Howard. This is why I love Howard Stern, the warped mind of Howard Stern, because he was saying like a couple of weeks ago, he's like, you know who this really sucks for? He's like, people who are having affairs. He's like, they've got to be home with their spouses. They can't go anywhere. And they're stuck in their miserable marriages because they can't go and bang their mistress or their or their lovers. It's just, I was just like laughing hysterically.
It's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
You can just mix rubbing alcohol with aloe vera.
Yeah, if you happen to have those 2 things in the house.
I don't have any aloe vera.
Yeah, I don't have any aloe vera either. We actually do have rubbing alcohol.
I have a little bit of rubbing alcohol left. I've been actually using that.
Yeah.
Putting it in a little spray bottle, like a little bit, and then spraying it into the cell phones after. It goes in there, it moistens,
We
kills all the stuff, and then it dries away.
We use the disinfectant wipes on the cell phones and the doorknobs and stuff.
But
I try to do the
into
daily.
you can't get into the
Oh
areas,
yes, into the
nooks and crannies. That's what
yeah.
the spray's for.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm not.
Yeah, I try to do the whole.
You try to do the whole.
I try to
Title
do
of your
the.
sex
Jesus Christ! I try to do the daily doorknob wipe down.
That'd be a really weird title of sex tape. I try to
daily
do
doorknob?
the daily dirty.
The daily doorknob.
What would that be?
I don't know.
The dirty doorknob.
Sounds like some kind of a utensil that you might use. I don't know.
What'd you
It's
do
hard to
tonight? The dirty doorknob.
All right, hold on. He answered my question. He said it felt like a more severe version of the flu. I ate more. I coughed harder. My throat was sore. Everything was just accelerated. Okay. Yeah. But Clint's a healthy guy, so I'm not surprised that he got through it pretty, passed with flying colors. So that doesn't shock me. But yeah, that's interesting. Just an accelerated version of the flu. But again, it hits so many people differently. So
yeah. Did you lose taste and smell?
Yeah. Did it get to? That's supposedly the severe version, right? If you lose taste and smell, because I've heard too that it could take like a long time before either one will come back. Like months, maybe. I thought I read somewhere it said that you could literally be 6 to 8 months before you actually regain taste or smell. And I was like,
try some weird stuff.
What? Like 6 to 8 months? That
try
seems
some weird food as long as
maybe
survive.
maybe your wife would know. I don't know, but that seems extreme.
I don't know. You'll have to find out on one of her.
So, are
lives.
your kids handling this well? Mine are. I mean, they're pretty.
I mean,
they're pretty
yes.
well with it. I'm shocked.
For the most part, they are. My daughter has had messenger kids, which has been good for like her connecting with her friends.
Yeah.
My son has been doing house party and
I heard of
and Fortnite and stuff like that. That's been helpful to help, keep in contact. But like, there are times where I think my son, more than my daughter, is kind of like, he's been very integrated into his school.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of friends now, and it can be difficult. And like being stuck at home all the time. Like I think they're going to be like, when they have to go back to school, he's going to be like, oh, this sucks. But at the same time, thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God I'm back at school. I can interact with all these people again. But at the same time, I liked being done with all my work by like 1 every day.
Yeah. It's crazy how much my kids, during the school year will complain about being at school. But then they have to go through this and they're like, God, we wish we were back at school. Because you know what? I mean, they complain about it, but it's still their normal. It's their habit. It's their routine. And they're used to that. And now you've taken that from them. I've just been really proud of my kids in terms of how they've kind of mentally handled it, because I've been so much more stressed about it.
Yeah.
And I have reached levels of paranoia that I didn't even think was possible, and I'm a high paranoia person.
Yeah.
And there have been levels that I have attained throughout this that I was like, wow, I didn't even think I could be this. It's really brought out the germaphobe in me, which I never really was.
Oh, I get this. Do you get like? So this has happened to me on multiple occasions. Like it's not that I dread like getting food and the packages and stuff like that, but I get like so worked up when all of this stuff gets delivered and getting into cleaning and putting it away and getting it safely and stuff like that. I am like emotionally drained.
Yes.
At the end of it.
Yes.
And then you have to go and shower or like clean yourself from like neck to hands. Like
this is not a joke. I have literally sprayed myself down with Lysol. Yeah, I've sprayed myself with Lysol with my clothes on. Sprayed Lysol on my clothes. Yeah. No.
There's this good spray that they have. Who makes it? I have it. I bought it. They didn't have much like.
So he said yes, no taste and smell for 2 weeks. So he had it pretty good.
Wow.
You got hit, son. You got hit pretty good with that. Yeah, that's tough. Ugh. I don't want to get hit with this thing, man. I won't make it. Yeah.
Well, I'm a diabetic. with
Yeah, no,
rheumatoid
I know.
arthritis, So
I know. I'm guessing this would not be super for you
it
either.
wouldn't be kind.
Do you get the?
My wife has
do you-
lupus. Well, she doesn't have lupus. She has Sjogren's, but so that's not good either. My
Yeah.
daughter is the one I really get worried about. Asthma,
Right. Yeah. Right.
cardiomyopathy,
Yeah.
pacemaker. She's 7, but
Absolutely.
that really makes me. That's
Yeah.
what really kind of like makes me.
Yeah. Yep.
It goes from I go from 0 to like 100
Yeah.
real fast whenever I think about it.
Right. You and I both have the underlying condition thing at home. It's
Yeah.
scary. It does scary. I would say yours is because you've got multiple people. For me, it's just worrying about one.
Yeah.
But for you, you've got multiple, so that's even scarier.
It's good that the kids, for the most part, like, I don't know how it would affect Isla, my daughter, who's got all that issues. She's great and healthy and super active and awesome, but
Yeah.
it's great that the kids don't seem to get affected by it that much.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's nowhere near the, gut punch that it is to, it seems like anybody that's in their adulthood.
Yeah.
They seem to get hit hard, and as you get older, it
It's-
seems to get worse.
I'll tell you, it doesn't. It's weird. This disease certainly doesn't have a conscience. It's picking off people left and right. But the one thing that you don't hear a lot about is really young people
Yeah.
being. I mean, yes, are there young people dying? Yes, there are, but that's not the majority.
Yeah.
Like in the age range of 0 to 16, there's not many.
Well, even the kids that are down, it's not necessarily like, I don't know if there's actually been a confirmed case that has been this child died
Yeah.
because of COVID.
Right.
It's usually there's other instances
Yeah.
like
Right.
this child was having complete heart failure, but then contracted COVID, which
Right.
ultimately,
Right. Led to the child.
there's like a lot of other things that are going on that
Yeah.
are
right.
unfortunate, but
Right.
it's just it's just
I mean,
It's terrible.
I still theorized that Belle, my youngest daughter, might have had it because she it was just a week before they pulled kids out of school and she got a cold and we were like, oh my god, she's fucking got it. And when she was fine within 2 days, she
Right.
probably just had a cold. But
Right.
but who knows?
it's
She
tough
could
with,
have.
like, allergies and all that stuff.
Because
Like,
she
you have
had
no idea.
she had a sore throat. She did have a slightly elevated fever, but that went down pretty quick. But she was fine within 2 days. Like 2 days, she was even the next day she was almost back to normal. So we were like, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime like my
So-
allergies flare up, I'm always like checking my temperature.
How many times a day do you check your temperature?
Not very often,
Oh, I'm like
but
6.
because I don't go anywhere. So
I know.
like, usually it's just like,
Me neither, but I still check my temperature.
but like if
Because I freak out about the deliveries. That's why the packages.
yeah, see, I don't because this is what I do.
And we
one-
sterilize like crazy.
Right, but I take the packages and I either bring them into the garage after they've been out in the sun all day, which
Right.
the sun, the UV rays kill it.
Sense.
After a certain amount of time, it usually takes several hours, but
Yeah.
that'll kill it.
Yes.
So I do that, and then I bring them into the garage, and I don't even open them.
Yep.
For 2 to 3 days, and
Oh.
it only lives on cardboard for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't even open them for a couple of days. And
Yeah,
then
see,
after I bring them in the garage, I still go clean myself.
Yeah.
And then, but like whenever I feel like a little off, or
Yeah.
I might feel like I got a couple of chills or something like, I'll immediately go which normally I wouldn't do that.
So Clint's saying, Brian, your cats can get it. I know they can. Apparently this is... Although I don't know how they would get it. They're not outdoor cats. I don't know how my cats would get it. My dogs, possibly, they go outside just to go to the bathroom, but the cats are all indoors. We haven't had a cat go outside of this house in, my God, years.
Cats are all
So I don't know.
indoors.
I don't know how
Already
our
sex
cats.
tape.
I don't know how our cats would get it. I don't know how. I mean, unless they rubbed up against cardboard that had it, but I would also have gotten it then. So I don't know. They could get it. Yes, I think it's possible to
Shave them,
but
rub them down with Purell.
But I don't even know how the dog. But our dogs only go in our backyard and in a very confined area, so I don't even know how they would get it. If somebody gets it in this house, it's going to be either me from having gone out to the dump or doing the meal pickup thing that we do, because I don't go to stores. I refuse to go to a store. I will not go. The closest thing I get to a store is the Dunkin', and like I said, and that doesn't happen. That's maybe once a week. And when
you keep talking.
And when we do the Dunkin' thing, everything gets washed.
Thing.
Yeah, everything gets washed anyway. So as soon as we get now, see, I wish I was more like you, where I just left the cardboard outside for a couple of days and then bring it in and then put it in the garage and open it like after 3 days. But I don't do that. We take everything out immediately, but we immediately dispose of the cardboard, wash our hands, and then we wash everything that comes in the delivery too. So like for instance, you get you get a box from Walmart, open the box, take all the stuff out, throw the box in the garage. Then you proceed to start washing all of the items with soap and water on paper towels. And then we'll so for instance, if you get something like granola bars, so we'll open the boxes of the granola bars. We don't need to wash the individual granola bars. That I think would be really out of control. But we'll put the granola bars away and then we'll dispose of the box that they came in. So I mean, I would like to think we're doing everything as well as we possibly can, but I just don't think there's any way to know. I mean, there's just only so much that you can actually really do to prevent yourself from getting this. I don't. Clint, do you have an idea? I think you mentioned this. I don't remember what it was, but do you have an idea of how you contracted it? Were you on a plane just before maybe like travel bans went into place? I'm just curious if you could kind of pinpoint how you actually did contract it. If you I was just asking Clint if he remembers how he might have gotten it, how he could have contracted it. I know I think he told us at one point, but I just don't remember what he said. Oh, you're onto wine now, huh?
Yeah, I can't do the bourbon anymore because if I keep going,
there's always something you're gonna get trashed.
What's that?
You'll get trashed
if I keep going with bourbon. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I had to stop. I mean, I was like, granted, I was doing like smaller servings, but like 2.5, it's significant.
Yeah.
There was a point where I was like, man, I gotta get some stuff in my stomach. Jesus.
Yeah. I kind of because I made that fucking cake, and now we've got cake for probably at least one more night too. I only had a small little sliver tonight, though. I'm still trying to stay on my diet, because I'm still down like 23 pounds. So I'm trying to really.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. Feels good.
I just actually did my first lift of the day, I did my first lift today that I have done in weeks.
Do you even lift, bro?
Now I do.
What do you? Yeah.
I did today. I hadn't lifted or done any like HIIT workouts in months because I had like knee issues and all sorts of like Achilles. Like I had a lot of little issues, so I hadn't done anything like that in a while. But today was the first day I actually lifted in a while.
Yeah.
And I was very excited to do that. So I was able to get that in, got it in, lifted, good. Can't wait to do it. Do it again.
To respond to your question, the answer is yes, Instacart. We talked about that earlier before you hopped on. Yes, I get everything through BJ's. BJ's delivers through Instacart. Yep. It's been great. Works out really well.
Do you get everything do you get everything you order?
Yeah, so when we did the first one, we have a second one coming, like I told you before.
I got about 60% of my order.
A little more for us, probably 80 to 85%. There were only 3 items, I think that.
Did you put anything like toilet paper?
Well, we did get toilet
Lysol.
Paper.
Oh, you did?
Lysol was not even available.
Lysol. So. I put Lysol wipes. There were some kind of Lysol wipes. There was there was toilet paper, there was
You mentioned it.
some other stuff like that I put on there. Toilet paper, paper towel, like not paper towels because we have enough paper towels. We don't even need paper towels. We can just use towels. Doesn't matter.
So this changes constantly, but supposedly they're delivering it tomorrow, but that's probably not going to happen. But now that you mention it, I'm actually because I didn't actually look. Let me just look at Lysol, see if they because I can keep adding to my cart now.
BJ's
The only thing
like 12 32-ounce cans of Lysol.
the only thing that they have for Lysol is this advanced deep cleaning power toilet bowl cleaner. That's the only thing they have. There's no
Spray it on your face.
and they have no disinfecting wipes either. But I don't need those. We have 6 bottles of disinfecting wipes, so we're good on that. But yeah, so like my cart, I have, we've got actually like a decent amount of, stuff, apple juice, pita bread, flour tortillas, guacamole, a couple of pounds of bananas, spring mix 50-50 blend, some of that Purdue like pre-cooked chicken, the organic whole milk, some frozen pizza, some cheese sticks, hummus, more frozen pizza, drumsticks, little drum variety pack ice cream cones, the Wellesley Farms mild salsa, some Stony Field organic Yo Baby yogurt variety pack, silk vanilla almond creamer, because as you know, I do not use that much dairy. I pretty much use almond milk. Some Wellesley Farms organic baby carrots, and some Purdue ground 85%, I think 80 or 85% lean turkey beef to make our turkey tacos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Toy.
Yep. So that's about $183 worth of shit.
That's a lot of shit.
The first order was like over 200.
Oh man, all these orders. Although I have been spending less money.
We've actually been spending more. Just because we're trying to, we have prepared basically for such an apocalypse that we're 2 to 3 months. We are if I stopped ordering anything right now, we would be fine for 2 months, maybe 3. Completely fine. Would not need anything else. We would not run out of milk. We would not run out of eggs. We would not run out of any of that shit. We could go, I think,
how long do
3
your
months.
eggs last?
Like eggs last pretty long. We've got some eggs right now that go out into June. So,
really,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So what is this? I was at a big work conference up until February 28th and flew home on the 28th and started feeling sick the next day. Wow, the next day. Because does it usually take longer? I thought it was like. But again, I guess it just impacts everybody differently. But I thought people don't show signs for like a week or so before, or even more before. But hey, maybe he got it real good. Though it sounds like he dealt with some. Like I said, it sounds like he got hit pretty well. So I guess it's not shocking. The next day, wow. But airplanes were probably like, oh my god. At that point, February 28th on an airplane, Jesus. I mean, you might as well have just gone swimming in a bathtub teeming with COVID-19. It probably was just everywhere, rampant. I don't know. Hope we're flattening that curve, though. I
what do you think? School coming back
this year
in
the fall?
The fall?
Yes.
Think so?
It's a total guess. I'll try to be. I'll say yeah. I'll say yes. It will come back. Am I confident? No. But gun to my head, I'll say yes because that gives us the whole summer to flatten this thing.
But it's not going to be gone.
No. Well, if it's not gone. And if we haven't completely like flattened it, and then no, probably not. And I think you just have to continue with the online learning. If it's not going to go away in any way, you're right. I guess it can't because we don't have a vaccine, right? So,
I mean,
then the answer is probably. You know what? I'm going to revise. The answer is probably no, because you can't risk it. You cannot risk sending kids. It's like sending kids to their death. Or, at worst, it's sending kids to get it and then bring it home and spreading it among families. And then you really got a problem. Like, schools are a big problem. And it's not necessarily because of the kids, because a lot of these kids will probably survive it if they get it. If a lot of these kids don't have underlying conditions and have strong immunities and strong immune systems, they'll get through it. But if they bring it home to adults who may have underlying conditions, that's where you get a big problem. So you know what? I'll revise my answer. No, probably not in the fall. In fact, the online distance learning could go into 2021. Yeah, until there's a vaccine. I guess not. How could you in good conscience send kids to school if it's still out there? How could you do it? Because what if you do a really good job over the summer of flattening the curve? People continue to kind of stay at home, do what they do. How could you in good conscience then just sort of reverse the effects of those months of work and just reverse it, like that by sending kids back to school all over the country? Because that's all it will take, to really set us up for, oh my God. And then you want to talk about a global economy collapsing. Oh my God. Forget it. Yeah. You know what? You do. I talked myself right out of that. I don't think you can. I don't see how you could.
Not until there's a vaccine.
I really think you got to wait. I don't know how. Now, here's the question is, what if they reopen schools and parents are just like, I'm not sending there's no vaccine. How can I send my kids to that? That's going to be interesting. Now, some parents are going to be like, yes, good. Take them, not because I want them out of the house, but because I need to get back to work. And
Well, if they still have a job and it's not being furloughed.
Right, exactly.
Or laid off, unfortunately.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of furloughs.
Yes.
WWE did some furloughs.
Oh, they did.
Saw some people sad about that on the Twitter.
Yeah. I would say, so the biggest individual name to probably be impacted was probably Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle was not wrestling anymore. He was he was basically in a backstage capacity at that point. I think he was more like in a producing role at that point. He was sort of a producer of some kind. So he was let go, but you know what? This will not impact Kurt Angle in any way, shape, or form. He was basically done wrestling. He had retired, and he was just doing, like I said, producing role backstage. He'll be fine, and he's got tons of money, and he was one of the biggest stars ever in the history. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He'll have no issue. He's financially set.
Right.
There were some certain guys that I felt really bad for. Not necessarily names that you might know off the top of your head, but guys like Heath Slater, who were really good workers. Drake Maverick, who, oh my God, I was trying to hold back tears watching his video because he was just like collapsing.
Was that the guy who was like, I'm going to have my last wrestling match? And
yeah, I think
and
yes.
then it's probably over for me.
And, yeah, that might have been it, because that he did say that on that video, so that was probably him. But yes, that was tough to watch. The biggest name the biggest names I would say that were let go were probably Gallows and Anderson, the OC, but they'll be fine because they have a huge history in Japan and they'll end up back in Japan. So they'll be okay. Trying to think of some of the other. Let me see. Let me go through the list here. WWE releases. Actually, Rusev was a huge name in my opinion. That was a big one. Here, I'll run through some of the names. Rusev. So you're actually almost the way that they did this list. It almost seems like it's kind of wow, a lot of producers. Boy, some of the producers are big names. Whew, boy, Vince he trimmed a lot of fat. Rusev has got to probably be the biggest individual name. Although truth be told, they just did not know what to do with him. They did not know what to do, which is terrible. The guy was a really good talent, great on the mic, had a pretty big following. That's a big one. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, as I mentioned. Drake Maverick, Eric Young. I love Eric Young, but he was EC3, Leo Rush, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Heath Slater, who I mentioned, Sarah Logan. I actually liked Sarah Logan. Eric Rowan, No Way Jose, Primo and Epico Colon, Mike and Maria Kanellis, Deanna Parazzo, Enrico Palazzo. I didn't know Enrico Palazzo was there. Mike Chioda, who was a referee. Kurt Angle, Billy Kidman. Now, Billy Kidman, people might remember, he was actually a pretty talented wrestler, but he was also a producer. Mike Rotunda. Mike Rotunda is IRS. Fit Finley. That's
Really?
a big one. Yep.
IRS?
Yeah.
He was
Mike
still
Rotunda.
employed?
Yeah. Pat Buck, Sean Devari, Scott Armstrong, Sarah Stock, Shane Helms, and Lance Storm, who was also those last names were all producing roles. But yeah, Mike Rotunda was he was IRS back in the 80s and 90s. Yep. Crazy. Big names: Aiden English, Alexander Jokchik.
I was just reading an article about the whole impacting your 2020 taxes.
Yeah.
It does not seem like it's going to impact it at all.
That's what I read multiple times.
Yeah.
So here, hold on. There's a little more in WWE and what they did. So here's some other things they did. So they reduced executive and board member compensation. They've decreased operating expenses, cutting talent expenses, third-party staffing, and consulting. And they've deferring spend on the build-out of the company's new headquarters for at least 6 months. The press release also identified headcount reductions and made the decision to furlough a portion of its workforce effective immediately. The decision to furlough versus permanently reduce headcount reflects the fact that the company currently believes the furlough will be temporary in nature. The headcount reduction, per the statement, will save the company an estimated $4 million per month during the pandemic. Wow. McMahon is also dealing with the recent suspending of operations and declaration of bankruptcy for the XFL, his second attempt to launch the Professional Football League. The league did not complete its season as sporting events began shutting down in March due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So you can kiss the XFL before letting it come back.
Yeah, that's going to be... That was bad timing.
It was. Yep, it really was. Huh.
Seemed like it was doing okay.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting, again, in the train wreck that is Florida, is that Florida deemed professional wrestling to be an essential business because that's where they're taping. They are taping Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown from the Performance Center, which is in Orlando, which is where NXT is usually taped. Now, the Performance Center, when it's live, and there's usually a few hundred fans in there, obviously they're just doing it in an empty arena. But so there was a lot of backlash about that. Well, why is wrestling considered to be essential? But Vince McMahon, he does not have much of a conscience. He will put people in harm's way. He just doesn't. I'm sorry, he doesn't. Now, selfishly, am I glad? Yes, because honestly, I mean, outside of football still sort of operating as normal, wrestling is the only other thing that we have. Well, that I have.
And it's year round.
And it's year round. And no, there's no breaks. There are no breaks for professional wrestling. None.
There's not many entertainment things like any kind of sports.
Everything usually has a season.
And everything, yeah, it has its time.
Including television.
Yep.
Your favorite shows, they all have seasons. They come and go, and they're off for X amount of months, and then before they come back. And then they even when they're in a season, they take a break, usually for a couple of months, and then it's back again. You know? So, yeah, it's but wrestling does not. There's no days off. And when they're not doing those live shows, they're doing house shows during the week that are not taped but are in arenas.
Really?
This is house show.
Do they do this a ton? Like a lot? Like every day of the week?
Not every day, but I would say 4 or 5 days a week. There are, a lot of house shows. Dude, this has got to be a killer for them. Because I mean, listen, in some ways, there's a lot of overhead that they're going to be able to cut loose because, just not having to travel to arenas, you're not you're not paying anybody to set up all those arenas. Everything is just taking place in this one place that's already built, and there's no overhead in that sense. So there's probably a ton of savings there.
Are they making
But
the money?
You're
though,
not,
to,
but you're not
like,
right. But you're not getting any money off the gate. You know,
Yeah.
you have no gate, so there's no, and that's how they make a ton of money. I mean,
Right.
between gate and then anything that you would sell in the arenas, you know, all your merch, all the merchandise there.
Mhm.
Now the only merchandise that can hawk now is on WWEshop.com. You know, so which is fine. I'm sure they're making some money off of that, but it's tough. And it's tough trying to continue storylines like this without an arena full of people. Wrestling is built on the emotions of the fans. It's the
sports
crowd
is,
reaction.
I mean, it really is. I mean,
Yeah, but wrestling even more so, because you can play those sports and still, you know, it's
do you
tough.
think there would
because
still be the rivalry of the Red Sox and Yankees if there wasn't a arena or
I don't
a
know.
stadium full of rabid fans?
Well, there would be though, because that rivalry was already established. But I mean, like in terms of the fan response not being there, no, of course it would be different. But the thing with wrestling
Yeah,
is
but it
that
really started because of the fans.
no, of course it did. But I'm just saying that rivalry is established. It's already
Right.
exists.
But what
So
I'm
there's
saying,
no-
like, if
so
there
when
was
fans
never any
eventually
fans,
come,
right?
so when fans eventually come back,
Yeah.
all of that will. But what's tough about wrestling is that wrestling and its storylines ebb and flow based on fan response. And fan response isn't always what you think it's going to be. You might have an idea of what you think it's going to be, but oftentimes the fans are extremely unpredictable
Right.
when it comes to WWE. So when you don't have any fans there to help feed the storyline or help to push it in one direction or another, it's tough to it's tough to even develop a storyline.
Push it in one way or one direction or another? Is that the title of your sex tape?
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna keep coming back to that. Yeah, I mean, I got hooked on Brooklyn Nine-Nine again, so
I gotta go. It's midnight. Where are you going?
is it really?
Almost.
Damn, son.
We've been going at it for a while.
That's the title of your sex tape. That was a good one. That was a softball. I shouldn't even have taken that one.
Yeah, I know you should have.
I'm better than that.
That's the title of your sex tape. Your sex tape.
What?
That's a softball.
How about
I shouldn't have taken it.
I also said I'm better than that. That could also be the title of my sex tape.
I would hope it wouldn't be.
You'd rather be the two pump chump?
Well, no. Because what I'm hearing, what I hear when you say I'm better than that is like, oh,
Yeah,
I could do
I'm
better
better
than
than that. Yeah.
I could do better than what I just
That's
did.
kind of
before.
like in line. That could be the subtitle of the two pump chump. I'm better than that.
Yes, exactly. It would be. Or that'd be like
tagline.
that'd be like the slogan. Yeah,
That's
that'd be
the
the tagline that goes with
Exactly.
"Catch the Bry Man in the two pump chump." I'm better than that. Clint wants to know: did you guys watch Lock and Key on Netflix?
No.
Nope. Not.
What is that?
What is that?
Give us
No
an idea
idea.
what that is.
Tell Christina I said no idea. Tell me what wiggies.
She's been asleep hopefully for 2 hours.
Has she? Oh wow.
Hopefully.
Does she have calls tomorrow?
She's working this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had to go in the office today. We had to do the whole decontamination process. Whoa.
What? Oh, we had a
You were
freeze.
Very glitchy.
Yeah, we're getting glitchy.
We talked about my wife and the whole shit
Yeah,
went down.
shit went down. We weren't saying anything bad. I was just asking about her schedule.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, she's on
What the
call.
hell? Yeah. Yeah. Wow, we did. We got super glitchy there. That was interesting. The facial expressions, I'm looking at them now on the delay, are pretty fun.
The sex tape. The two pump chump. I'm better than
Oh,
that.
by the way, there were two other movies that I watched. Sonic the Hedgehog,
Any good? I heard it was okay.
6.5.
Title of your sex tape.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was exactly what you would expect it to be. Yeah.
Entertaining enough.
They are who we thought they were, kind of, the Dennis Green response. And then I watched Birds of Prey, the fabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Did you watch it? Okay. I
did.
have it rented, but I haven't watched it yet.
I did, and I liked it. I would agree with the tomatometer, the tomato meter. I would go probably 7.5 on that. That one's more accurate. The 7.5. Yeah. I would go 7.5 on Birds of Prey. It was good. It was good. I liked it.
I would go 7.5 with Birds of Prey.
Well, when you see Margot
Title of
Robbie,
my section.
it's easy to get to 7.5 when you see Margot Robbie.
Who also, Margot Robbie and
Yeah.
I, share a birthday.
Do you now?
Both July 2nd.
Look at that. Look at you. Look at you.
I am. Looking at me.
I don't want to.
Looking at you.
We all know who I share a birthday with, and it's not worth repeating right now. So
Thomas Rutherford Brady.
that would be great if that was his middle name.
I have no idea what his middle name is.
Chadwick.
Thomas Chadwick Brady.
He's got a very English name, Tom Brady. I mean, that's about as
Thomas
English as it
Trump Brady.
does. He is friends with Trump.
Mar-a-Lago. Maybe they golf at Mar-a-Lago and eat cake. Is that cake made out of avocado?
Surround myself with the people who are the best. I like the best. I don't want to be around anybody who's worse than me. Wait,
Worst?
never. Yet. No. Well, that's how he would say it. You know it is. He would not say it. He wouldn't say it like, I don't want to surround myself with people who are not as good as me. He would say worst.
Yes.
Yeah, he would
I agree.
definitely. I like to be around winners.
What's going on with Lock and Key, man? I haven't gotten any information from you at all yet. Come on, Clint. What's taking you so long?
He's
What is
9
there-
minutes.
Is there a 9-minute delay into Seattle, wherever you are?
9 times.
Niner? Did I catch a
I'm sorry.
niner
Did I
in there?
catch a niner in there? Were you calling from a walkie-talkie? Pretty cool mystery show, safe for kids, TV 14. Okay. All right. It's nice. He got that. He pretty much laid it out in 10 words or less. That's impressive.
Very good. Pretty cool mystery show, safe for kids. TV
I love
14.
mystery shows.
The problem is I have a daughter that's 7. I have
That's not
a
gonna work.
son that's almost 12. The
Yeah.
12-year-old could probably handle it,
Yeah. And
but I can't
you know,
really.
my 14 and my 11 could definitely handle it. I mean, the things that come out of my 11-year-old's mouth are just ridiculous. So she can handle it. They watched Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark with me last night. They both thought it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a PG-13. They watched it though. Actually, that is a pretty safe PG-13 movie. I mean, it's not terribly scary. I mean, there's a couple of, kind of scenes, but nothing that bad. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but
No.
Have you seen it or no? No.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Watch it. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Yeah, I liked it.
What
I
is
liked it. It's kind of what it sounds like. These kids, this group of kids back in the late 60s, they go into this house, they grab this old abandoned haunted house, they grab this book, and once they take the book, it basically awakens this spirit, and the book starts to write. It's a book already that exists with current quote unquote scary stories in it, but then the book starts to write new stories once it's been taken out of the house, and then those stories start to play out in real life. They happen. The stories happen as the
Sounds
writing
like
is
something
happening.
straight out of Goosebumps.
It is. It's probably like a little bit more of a hardcore Goosebumps kind of thing. So, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Hardcore boot Goosebumps.
I thought Birds of Prey was so bad I didn't finish. He didn't finish. That's the title of your sex tape. Heyo. I'm very aroused. Oh,
Fantastic.
and we've done it. We've reached midnight.
Ding, 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 ding. The new year.
This is the only show we've ever had that has spanned 2 days.
Probably.
Impressive.
Probably, yeah.
Definitely. We never did like any other show like this. This is quarantine life for it.
Yeah. It's all sorts of awesome. Spectacular.
Any other things I can share?
Just start playing Golden Tee. Bring the
These-
camera over.
These my McDonald's Optimus Prime. Hold on, this might be. Let me see here. What do we got? Are these my McDonald's Optimus Prime glasses?
Those are fantastic.
Yeah.
You look
Do
stellar.
this. Yeah. Hi. My name is Optimus Prime.
And that's the title of my sex tape. So that's all you'd really have to say.
So much Optimus Prime shit over here. Wow, I really do have a lot of Optimus Prime stuff. 1, 2, 3.
Nothing wrong with that.
But no.
Optimus is amazing.
Yeah. Ugh.
So yeah, I rented Birds of Prey. I'll get to it. I bought Knives Out because I was certain that I was gonna like it.
Oh, I bought Knives Out. I got it
I
when it was
didn't-
$9.99. So
Yeah, I think I got it too. At that point, I
Chick-fil-A
also bought
is
the
horrible.
Murder
We
on the
know.
Orient. I also bought Murder on the Orient Express, which I haven't watched yet, but I got it cheap. And Ford vs Ferrari, which I haven't watched yet, but I bought it cheap because I was like, that's a movie I'm gonna love. That's a movie I'm gonna love. That movie I might love, but it was so cheap. It was like $7.99 or something like that. I was like, I might as well buy it. Yeah.
Was Murder on the Orient Express $7.99?
Yeah. It was like either that or $6.99. So it was one of those.
It was okay. I liked Murder on the Orient Express. It was good.
Yeah. It seemed like it'd be all right.
I'm a big Kenneth Branagh fan, so
But
I
like murder
and he's
mysteries
he's
that are
often
kinda like fun
he's
like
more
that.
often behind the camera than he is in front of it. But I love him as an actor, though. I think he's
better
incredibly,
behind the camera.
He is, but I still think he's a really gifted actor.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what he's like? He's like Jon Favreau. Favreau's a good actor, but he is an unbelievably great behind the camera actor. I mean, behind the camera director and producer.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Favreau is unbelievable, but he's still really good on camera, though. I think that's actually a pretty good analogy, and I'm a little disappointed that you didn't support it, but that's fine.
Well, what?
I believe that Jon Favreau and Kenneth Branagh, however, I don't know if it's a hard A or soft A, but I believe that they are
Hard A or soft A? That's the title of your sex tape?
No, it's not. What's the A stand for?
Doesn't matter.
Just
Go
heard
ahead.
the
So,
word.
Jon
Was it-
Favreau, Kenneth Branagh, go.
Yeah. I believe that they're very similar. They're both very good in front of the camera, but even better behind it.
That's true, but I would say Jon Favreau is the A and Kenneth Branagh is the B. Like there's an A level and there's a B level, and Kenneth Branagh is the B level to Jon Favreau's A level.
I would agree with that in the sense that the projects that Favreau has worked on are much more high profile.
And he's better on camera and his movies are better.
Well, I guess that's kind of what I meant by high profile too, is that it's just a little, all right, I'll go with the A versus B thing.
He's done movies that aren't great. He's done a couple, he's directed a couple, but like he has movies like Chef that are like outrageously amazing. Like that is
tremendous.
An amazing movie. Starred
Yes, it was.
and directed.
Yes, it was. I loved that movie. Loved it. But that movie made me so fucking hungry too, though.
Oh, so that's the
I
worst one to do while you're drinking. Like if you drink and watch that show. What's the other one with fucking Bradley Cooper? Where he's a chef.
Oh,
that one too. All of those movies where they start preparing this. That Chef is though. I mean, that is like on a food truck. All like you're just making this most delicious. Like that movie. Oh. Well, there's another one too with like Catherine Zeta-Jones and Aaron Eckhart. Was that them? That was it. They had like a chef. They were both chefs and they like cooked together and stuff like that.
Maybe I don't know.
That movie. That was a good one too. If you haven't seen that rom-com right up your alley.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
The movie that I keep wanting to buy, and it's weird because I love the movie, but I just can't justify like $12.99 or $13.99 for it, is Can't Hardly Wait. I want to buy Can't Hardly Wait, and I can't. It's not.
No reservations. I just
Oh, okay.
Made out with my mic.
Yeah.
No Reservations, 2007. Romance drama. I would say it has to be kind of a... Sorry. It has to be, yeah. Comedy, drama, romance.
Yeah. Huh.
Watch it. Watch the trailer.
Okay.
It'll be up your alley.
All right.
You like food?
Yes.
I think
You like food. Who doesn't?
You like food. Oh,
Fucking love.
I have a question for you. So
Yes.
you watched The Mandalorian.
Yes. Quite the feather in Mr.
Clint
Favreau's
loved-
cap. That's
Clint loved Murder on the Orient. All right. The original or
the new one with
the new one?
Kenneth.
With Kenneth and Johnny Depp and was he in that?
No. Johnny Depp? What?
No.
Wait, was he?
I think so.
Yeah, no, I think he was.
And like Ewan McGregor, was he in that?
Yeah, I think so. We just talked about Chef. We said she's Chef if you haven't seen that movie. We just spent like 4 minutes on Chef.
Well, there's a
That's
big
fucking delay, man.
There's a big
I
delay,
know
a 4
there is.
minute delay.
I know there is.
Yeah. See Chef if you haven't.
No, Murder on the Orient was solid.
Yeah.
I liked it.
All right.
I didn't love it, but I liked it.
It was solid. I loved it, but I didn't like it. Title of your sex tape.
Why do they so call it
Hopefully,
sex? There are no
hopefully-
tapes anymore. This
Hopefully,
is the VHS.
Murder on the Orient isn't the title of your sex tape.
Can it just be like sex movie now or something? You gotta stop saying tape. There's a bygone phrase. It just doesn't.
Which makes it better.
I guess.
Come on. Sex movie? Ugh. Sex tape? Hilarious.
Sex flick.
So, what was I just talking about? I was just talking about something, and then we got sidetracked. Clint, tell us in 3 minutes.
No reservations there. Whatever.
But there was something else we started talking about after that. I mentioned something to you, and I said, "Whoa, what about this?" And then you said something about you got sidetracked by Clint.
I don't know. Hey, Clint. See this?
Oh,
no.
Jesus Christ!
See this? Mary Ellen Moffat. She broke my heart.
Oh,
when he catches up to that one in 3 minutes, I'll be curious to see what he says.
He'll laugh. He'll laugh.
Wait a minute! I pulled my shirt down and there's my big crucifix. Like, no, not that.
Yeah. Oh, it just popped up on my shit. It just.
I know. I just saw it. He's catching up now.
Hold on, I'm gonna try and go back. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Here, you're gonna hear us live. Ready?
What do we do? Okay.
Here we go.
Who I share a birthday with, and it's not worth repeating right now. So. Oh, that's
That's a while ago.
definitely. We never did like any other show like this. This is quarantine. Favreau and Kenneth Branagh or Branagh, however, I don't know if it's a hard A or soft A. But
That. What's the other one with fucking?
there's gonna be a lot of
Cooper?
stupid drops from this show.
Where he's a chef.
Oh.
That one too. All of those movies where they start preparing this. That chef is. We have never done this before. Like on a food truck, all like you're just
Listen to ourselves while we're still alive.
Yeah.
Well,
There's another one too with like Catherine Zeta-Jones and Aaron Eckhart.
happens when you drink.
Dorian.
Yes. Quite the feather in Mr.
Clint
Favreau's
loved-
cap. And I can't. It's not. I don't know.
That movie, that was a good one too. If you haven't seen that rom-com right up your alley.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
We're doing a live show.
The movie that I keep wanting to
We're doing a show inside our show.
It's weird because I love the movie, but I just can't justify like $12.99 or $13.99 for it. I just can't hardly wait.
Oh, I have a question for you. So you watched The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Okay, that's where we were. The Mandalorian. See?
Yeah.
It helped. We could watch a show inside of a show, and it actually helped.
Yes.
What was that from? There was something from, like, there was a movie that was like that.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, yes!
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes, and then they caught up to themselves.
Yes.
And it was like happening in real time. And they popped a tape in. Your favorite thing, a tape. A VHS.
So anyway, The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Did you hear the news about The Mandalorian?
Oh, the docuseries? I did.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hold on.
Oh. There's like an 8-part docuseries that's coming out.
I'm gonna go back to that. I have it here, underlined, written down.
Okay.
So Mandalorian.
Yes.
Supposedly casted somebody to play Ahsoka Tano.
Oh, yes. And the rumor is that it was what's her name? I lost the. Say the name, please. I can't.
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson. Yeah.
Yes. I was really hoping you'd get there.
No, I couldn't. I
I
couldn't.
knew you were gonna. So anyway.
Yes, I saw.
So Rosario
Which I think would be
Dawson,
pretty. That would be pretty cool.
It'd be perfect. I think she's a little old, but I don't know exactly how old Ahsoka Tano's character is supposed to be.
Yeah, but with the character, there's a lot of makeup involved there, right? So
Right, but it depends on the age too.
Clint finally got it right.
That's amazing. So anyway, what are your thoughts about her possibly getting cast, and then
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
but then it got pulled back that she probably wasn't. But would you want that to happen? I would like it to happen.
Absolutely.
I love Ahsoka Tano.
She's great, and I love Rosario Dawson. She's a great actress.
Oh yeah, she's good. She was good in Daredevil.
Absolutely.
Did you watch Daredevil? Did you
Oh,
watch
the
any of those
show?
shows?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't watch the
On
Devil
Netflix
show.
or anything? Oh wow, those are shows that you should watch sometime.
I know I should because
You
I
would dig
actually,
those.
I actually did not hate the Daredevil movie with Affleck.
Oh, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible.
No, it just was. Yeah, it was. I liked it. I don't know. It's
It
a
was
guilty
no
pleasure.
worse than Bat Nipples.
It's a oh god. It's a guilty pleasure. Daredevil's a guilty pleasure in my opinion because it's not a good movie, but I do kind of enjoy. I'll watch it if it's on. I'll watch it and I'll put the remote down. No, I think Rosario would be good for that role. I don't know why it was pulled back, but
It just wasn't confirmed. Like it was like
maybe
yeah,
it
it's
just got
happening, then
leaked
it
by
wasn't.
accident, and
It'll be
But
interesting to see if it plays out.
But no. But so what I was saying, because that's where I thought you were going was. So let me look it up, and I
The
can tell you.
docuseries.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Mandalorian documentary series coming to Disney Plus. Yes, so this was from 3 days ago. Just in time for Star Wars Day, Disney Plus is premiering Disney Galaxy: The Mandalorian, a docuseries about The Mandalorian. Executive producer Jon Favreau will take viewers behind the scenes of the show in the 8-episode series. The cast and crew will be featured, and each chapter will explore a different facet of The Mandalorian through interviews, never-before-seen footage, and roundtable conversations hosted by Favreau. Disney Gallery: The Mandalorian is an opportunity for fans of the show to take a look inside and to get a different perspective and perhaps a greater understanding of how The Mandalorian came together and some of the incredibly talented contributors throughout Season 1, Favreau said in a statement. We had a great experience making the show, and we're looking forward to sharing it with you. Favreau said they discussed his filmmaking process, the legacy of George Lucas's Star Wars special effects, the musical score, and technology used to film. The series will debut on May 4th, the day Star Wars fans celebrate all things Star Wars. It will stream every Friday on Disney Plus. So, yeah, that sounds pretty great. I will watch that.
Sure,
And since May 4th is right around the corner,
very around the corner. Title of your sex tape?
no. Why?
I don't know. Why not?
No. No. You're forcing the issue now.
Title
Now
of your sex
that's the
tape.
title. But right around the corner, no, it's not.
But we wouldn't have gotten there without with a title around the corner, whatever it was called. I don't know.
Yeah, it's no.
Yes.
Ah, man. What
been a
else
long
do we
show.
got? It has been a long show.
Do you have any more? Well, Clint, he didn't hear the discussion about two normal things put together are now really weird. He didn't get to hear any of that.
I'm not repeating.
I had fun with that.
It was fun. But
I would like to know if he had any of those.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
We had some good ones, like wiping
you
your
wanna-
butt and then pooping.
Well, I still think, yeah. Mine was peeing and then immediately going into the shower. So, like, why can't you just go in the shower and pee?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, we all did it in college.
Y'all did it.
That's the title of a sex tape.
We all did it in college. Yes.
No. Fuck, we all did it in college. That's your sex tape title right there. There it is. I got one for you.
Great one. That was a good one.
Yeah, I had my moments. We
The
did
title
show
of your
and
sex
tell.
tape?
We did show and tell earlier.
I had my moments. The title of your sex tape.
Yeah. Mostly when I was younger.
The title of your sex tape?
Let's see. I've had the movies playing in the background. Let's see what's on now.
What are you watching?
I don't know. Well, when we first started, we have now actually spanned 3 movies. This looks like it might have been. This might be Shaft. I can tell just by the text. Yep. So when we first came on,
This might be Shaft. I can tell by the text. The
Yeah.
title of your sex tape.
when we first started, I was watching The Nice Guys. Then
Fantastic.
Long,
That's the greatest.
Long
That's
Shot
a great movie.
was on.
The Nice Guys is an amazing
I love
movie. I
I
love
love
that
it.
movie.
I watch it constantly. Then the Long Shot came on, the one with the Charlize
Burt
Theron and
Oh, The Long Shot. Oh,
Long Shot.
right, with Seth
Seth
Rogen.
Rogen, and now Shaft. So this show has now spanned 3 different movies. Yeah, crazy. We're really out of control here.
Indeed.
Oh, Stuber is on.
That's funny. It was.
I want to see that. I haven't seen it.
It was okay.
Yeah.
There was times it was pretty funny, but it wasn't as good as Tag.
I still haven't watched Tag. I own Tag, and I still haven't watched
You
it.
haven't watched it? Oh man, it was funny. It had its moments.
I just
What was that
I
movie
know-
that you had cockblocked? Cockblockers? Cockblockers?
blockers. I love
Blockers.
blockers.
That
Yes.
was funnier than both of those.
Blockers was funnier than both.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Stuber
hilarious.
had its moment.
John Cena was great in Blockers.
Oh, he's amazing.
So was like Barinholtz though. I mean, they were both fantastic.
He was amazing in Trainwreck
Even,
too.
even Leslie Mann, but Leslie Mann is like, Leslie Mann is solid. Like, you just expect her to put in a great performance. But, Cena, obviously a newcomer in acting, and Ike Barinholtz is so funny. He's just a funny dude.
He is.
But I love Cena's acting chops, man. I think can't wait. I'm telling you, man, we're going to get that John Cena and The Rock together in a movie, and it's going to be the Tango and Cash remake. I'm telling you right now. I've been calling that for years now. I'm calling my shot.
You gotta
I've been
put that
calling
on Twitter. You gotta start throwing that out on Twitter.
I put it on Twitter once a year, and I always tag both of them every time I do it. And I never get a response, which disappoints me because I feel like
You should
Duh.
tag Stallone and
that's
that?
not a bad. Kurt Russell.
Stallone and Kurt Russell, right? Yeah.
So that's not a bad idea. Maybe I should try all of them because Stallone's pretty heavy into social media. Because it would be great. It would be tremendous if Stallone and Kurt Russell also were in the movie.
You could see Stallone totally producing that movie and
I'd
making a
want
cameo.
I'd want both of them to be in it, whether it was cameos or even significant roles. I wouldn't even care if they were the actual bad guys.
That would be amazing.
Like if they were the bad guys and Cena and The Rock were Tango and Cash.
Oh, that'd be great.
Come on, how am I not? How is it nobody else has seen this?
Was that Yoda?
Yeah, he's up there. He's making noise. I'm sure there's a fucking moth flew by or something. It doesn't take much to get him going. Dickhead.
Is that the title of his sex tape?
Doesn't take much to get him going. Yeah, it could be. Listen to him. Asshole. I'd bring him down here, but he doesn't do well with like going downstairs.
Yeah.
Like most dogs can go up the stairs okay, but down is like oof. It's not pretty.
I'm gonna have to move this because it's blocking your face.
Well, that's because I now I'm leaning back.
Yeah. I put the Scores and Sort thing right in the middle.
Yeah, I see it. I don't care. I see that it's on my face. Who gives a shit?
I like to
What
see
are they
your
saying?
face.
All they're seeing is my Christmas tree and my Dan Marino jersey and Hulk Hogan behind me.
I'm gonna cover Hulk Hogan. How about that? What do you think about that?
That's fine. My Christmas
I'm gonna
tree.
cover your Dan Marino.
Don't cover my Christmas tree.
Covered your
What?
Dan Marino.
See you moving around.
Buffalo Bills fan. I don't need that shit.
My authentic Dan Marino autograph jersey.
I want a Thurman Thomas. Where is it?
One of my pride and joys.
Where's the Thurman Thomas? Should be right over that. Bringing you nightmares.
Yeah. A lot of those. Oh wow, you really did cover it. Now I see it on delay. Several minutes later. Yeah. Wow. We really have. This has been like a marathon. Just keep going and going and going.
Good
I don't know. What else we got? There was some semblance of a show in here.
Was there?
It was mostly covered me, but
I think it was.
that's fine. And you blew it up. Look at that. That's all right. I don't mind my face not being seen. That works for me. Ain't nobody here to see this face. Work with this voice.
If we didn't see your face, how would we see your chest hair?
Where's yours?
I ain't got no chest hair. I do.
No.
It's very minor.
I've just got that little patch right there. There's
Doesn't need to be exposed.
No, that's all. That's just that one patch. That's all I have there. There's nowhere else. And then really hairy ass and all that stuff.
It's been a long show.
Yeah. Like I said,
We had just crossed 3 hours.
I mean, at this point, my Apple Watch is actually reset for my steps. Now I'm down to 0.
Oh.
What did I have?
How'd you do yesterday? I need to find out.
Yesterday.
I don't think I did well. That's technically today because we haven't gone to bed yet. But how did you do on Saturday?
Is there a way to see it on the
You have to
watch?
look
Or do you have to go with the app? Gotta go with the app. Yeah. That's what I thought. All right.
You definitely kicked my butt in steps. I'm guaranteeing it because you probably spent 4.5 hours on the elliptical.
18,362.
Yeah. I got 13.5. But I didn't see normally. If you look at like yesterday,
Friday was even better. 19,255.
yes, I had 18.2 on Friday.
Then Thursday, 20,007.
Nope, I had 18.
Wednesday, 17,294.
15.9.
Tuesday, 18,467.
18.467 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
18.734. Finally beat you.
You beat me. All right, and then Monday, 17,319.
17.319.
Yep.
17.454.
Ooh, you beat me there too.
Monday
Now
and
you probably, if we go back to as far as last Saturday or last Sunday, you probably beat me there too. 17,423.
19.7.
Oh, and then Saturday, 16,675.
16. I had 14.6.
Oh, okay.
Saturdays are typically a lazy day for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I usually work out every day during the week, but sometimes I don't.
Now this must be an accident because it actually says I have 7 steps right now. So that's gotta be just because
You're in there. Brian's every once in a while waving at Clint. Hey, Clint.
Yeah,
just
that's
got 6 more
probably
steps.
how. Yeah, those phantom steps as they call them. I don't like that, but what can you do? It's an imperfect science.
It's true. So you have 7 steps right now. I have gotten up.
Yes, you did. So you should actually have some.
I have 16.
But did you get up? Okay, all right. So you got 16.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't get counted for these yet though. So the one my waves.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what it says on my watch now. On my watch, it says I have 165
I forgot.
because I'm moving my hands all over the place.
I gotta check this beer in. I forgot.
Check it before you wreck it. Chickity check yourself before you wreck yourself.
It sucks because there's so many you can't get there from here ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so you can't. Best song of the 80s.
Really? You think so?
Yes. 100%. Oh, I've had this one before. So it's not a new check-in for me. It's okay. Still counts as a beer. Yes, I believe "Take on Me" by Aha is the best '80s song.
Interesting.
Yep. Always felt that way. It is probably my favorite one.
What's the best song from the 90s?
Oof. That's tough. I mean, my favorite song from the '90s is
Oh, I know what you want.
"Freedom." That's good. My God. No, no, we don't die. Yes, we multiply. You know, like, I mean, I, objectively speaking, I mean, what do you think? All right, hold on. Turn that down. Can't even hear myself. If you're asking what the best song of the '90s was, objectively speaking, don't you think it would be "Smells Like Teen Spirit"? I mean, that's got to be. I mean, it's got to be in the conversation.
It's good.
I mean, do I think it's? Is it my favorite? No, it's not. That's not even my favorite Nirvana song. But
Yeah, that would be tough for me to come up with. I don't know if I could ever come up with it. Like there are so many great songs.
Now my favorite Nirvana song is also the title of my sex tape, which is "Come As You Are." So, but that is my favorite Nirvana song. I would say, I mean, "Smells Like Teen Spirit" would probably be considered the greatest song of the '90s. Although I wouldn't agree with it because it's certainly not my favorite. But I'm trying to think of some other. I want to get this right here. See, sometimes I lose track though of like what was '90s versus what was early 2000s. It gets that line gets blurred for me there.
I can't play too much of it because I don't want to get the show boost.
Right.
Yeah. This album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing.
It was all a dream.
You know what? 1979, Smashing Pumpkins. That's a great '90s song.
It was.
I would say, how about "Wonderwall" by Oasis? That's up there.
Also good.
Notorious.
That was actually from Duran Duran. Not.
How about "No Scrubs" by TLC?
It's a good song.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie.
Plus, just the fact that it had such a presence in other guys is,
It does.
I mean,
the best.
I think by the way, "Mo Money Mo Problems" has to be in that conversation.
Oh yeah.
No joking aside, that's
It's a great song.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at Rolling Stones. Their number one is "Smells Like Teen Spirit" of the '90s. I don't know that I can argue with that.
How about this one? What's this one?
Wow, that's Jesus.
It's a really
Now
good,
one of my
mix.
favorite '90s songs is by Live, "Lightning Crashes." Love that song.
I don't have that one on this computer.
I like Live. Good band. Underrated in my opinion. That's off the Rolling Cotton album or something.
Oh, you know what song I love?
Hooligans of Brooklyn. Yep. Yes.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Maybe. Ooh, you timed your clap perfectly.
You know, baby. What was the other song? Is this? No, not that. This.
I grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side.
Not that one. Here's this one. Free. Get the money. $100 bills, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Cream. What's that?
Oh, you know what?
What?
I just thought of one. My timing is right here. That I would have to absolutely put in the conversation. Would have to be by my favorite band, of course, U2. One is an unbelievably phenomenal song.
That is a great song.
And some people think, I don't think so, but some people think it's their greatest song. And it's hard to argue.
Oh, so many good songs. So many good songs.
Yeah.
90s were amazing.
It was a good time for music.
Where is that? Do I have that one? Oh, you like this song a lot. From what I remember.
I do, actually. Dos, tres, catorce.
When we worked back in the day together, we used to talk about that song and Beautiful Day.
Beautiful Day is good.
Day. Another great
Beautiful
song.
Day is good. Yep.
Do I have that? Oh, here it's there. Can I see all results? Is that all results? Is that all the results? Motherfucker!
Desire.
Ride.
Yep.
I can't believe I don't have one on this.
What's that? Yeah, see, Achtung Baby, which many consider to be their best album, has a lot. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah! Good stuff.
Man, Achtung Baby really is a great album. One, Until the End of the World, Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses, Mysterious Ways. That's some good shit. Mysterious Ways is, if you've ever not seen U2 live, that is a tremendous live song.
I'm telling you right now.
Visually very cool, too.
This is the greatest song that has ever hit the 90s. Oh, yeah.
Dude, leave Hanson alone.
Ooh.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. How about this song?
Oh.
Hold on.
You and me, we come from different worlds.
That's just great because of the Dolphins reference to it. But... All right, hold on. How about this song? I can't hear.
Oh, that's a good song.
Little 311 coming after.
I probably have that.
I would hope so.
Gotta cut that off. It's playing too long.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. How about this song? How about that, baby? That's a pillow made of concrete.
No, it's a pylon made of concrete. Remember? Adam Thielen, ladies, a pylon made of concrete.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot. We got to be careful with the music here. So, who the fuck is this thing? It's 12:37.
What was another good one? By Prince. And the savoir faire. Come on. How about?
Kid, Cubic bar, I don't light it. I just light it.
Oh yeah, take it down. Girl, I must
warn you. Clint has to be stopped. He can't be watching anymore right now. We're doing
Who?
like, so off the rails. Clint?
Is anybody watching?
Probably not.
Nope, we're at 0.
You are?
That's
Oh, I have us at 1.
Oh, I see 0 still. God, Clint said, "Gotta run, guys. See you Monday." We wore him out. Well, now we're literally talking for them ourselves. Thank God. Finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead.
Yep.
Well, that's fine. We can wrap it up.
Word up.
Well, we've mercifully come to the end of our program. And to quote the great and now dead Tony Stark,
Doing in this rough city.
part of the journey is the end. And, so stay classy, Planet Globe, and we will see you. Well, geez, I mean, guess what, how many hours? It's not that many, actually. It's certainly less than 48. Yeah, so we'll see you soon. 30-something hours, I guess. So yeah, we got that show. Can't be. I actually have a meeting that morning, so we gotta do a slightly. So we gotta try and start that show somewhat on time.
So you have to give the meeting at what time? Because I'm cooler than a polar bear's toenails. Oh hell, there he go again talking that shit. Dan, what?
I'll text you about that. But do we have anything that we're talking about on that show?
Right now? Oh, we have to do the
We have to spin the wheel, or did we already? No, I guess we need to spin it.
We need to spin that wheel.
Cool.
Let me see what we got here.
It's just gonna be you and me spinning the wheel. Since
Yeah, but it's got to be on record.
Right.
Oh, how did none of this get made? So much drama in the ALBC.
It's kind of hard being Snoop D-O double G, but somehow, some way.
That's right.
Just
I couldn't find Hit Me Baby One More Time anywhere. This laptop does not have a lot of music on it.
Yeah.
It's pretty disappointing.
All right, so we're going to spin the wheel of misfortune.
It's not the wheel of misfortune.
I don't care what it is. Just spin it. Fucking spin it. so I can go up and go to bed.
Yeah. Got it. All right, so we have the wheel. I'll put
Wheel.
me fully on the. No, that's you. What? That doesn't make sense. Why did that
What?
happen? That is so weird.
Happened.
There we go. That was weird. All right, so I'm gonna do this. That's just me. All right, I have the wheel here. The wheel of sorts.
Whatever. There you go.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
I can't read it. Can you
I
read
can't.
it?
No, it's too much of a glare. So you're just no. It's no. It's sideways. The font is so.
I'll read it. All right, I'll read
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Go ahead.
The strangest place you've ever gone to the bathroom.
Okay.
Man, you came up with that quick.
I've got an answer for that.
Oh, man. You've gone to the bathroom.
I don't know.
Man, the fact that you have to think about this is, I don't know if that's
Oh,
disturbing.
dude, I've had some incidents. I have had some incidents.
You're back now. Fat ass with a fat dick.
So
When I met you
Last night, baby. Before you opened up your gap, I had a respect for you, lady.
yeah, I have some. I've
But
got
now
some.
I take it all back.
Oh
'Cause you gave me all your pussy.
no, I have the answer. It took me a couple seconds. I have the answer to that question on Monday. Yeah. Oh my God, this one is.
Wow.
I get.
I'm going to have
I-
to think about this because I don't know if I've gone to
I have to tell you. So for me, this is none of mine are urine. This is all poop. Okay, because listen, I have one of those like when I have to go, I have to go. It's just. There have been multiple times, especially like in the car and on driving trips, where I thought I was going to shit my pants, and I like luckily the adrenaline kicks in and I've been able to make it.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been. Listen, I think we've all. I don't know about you. I have in multiple occasions had to get out of my car and take a dump in the woods. Multiple. So that's not even going to be it. That's not the story. There is another one. There is another. And this one is. It's pretty,
Oh, man.
I mean, come on. Have you ever had to do that? Get out of the car, take a dump in the woods?
I'm sure.
I
I'm
have.
sure I have.
I have.
It doesn't come off it doesn't like come into my head right now off the top of my head. Like it's not like
It's-
boom. Oh yeah.
And look, it sucks, but I'm also the kind of person, because I'm very conscientious of the fact that I've had to do that in the past. I also keep plenty of napkins in the glove compartment. So it's never an issue. I mean, it's uncomfortable because you're popping a squat in the fucking woods and God knows that a bear could maul you, and that's not a very dignified way to die. But
All he does is win, 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 no matter what.
that should be I'm sure Trump would love that to be his theme song. All I do is win, like, no matter what. Pretty much the best at everything. Even if I lose this election, it'll be a glitch. Won't be my fault. The Russians will have gotten involved and they'll have screwed it up on their end. It won't be because of me. People love me. I feel like a lot of people really, really love me, and they think that I do good things for them. So, yeah.
Well, on that note,
Yeah, I guess we're gonna go.
Peace
Yeah,
out.
we'll hear about the weirdest place that I took a shit on Monday. So that should be tremendous. That should be really good. Wow, to the one person who's still there and hanging in, thank you, I guess. Or
Yeah.
God, you've got to be bored. Go to sleep.
it's either
'Cause
that
it's
or you're
not
wildly
Clint.
entertained. I
It's
don't
not
know.
Clint.
Maybe he just left his, maybe he felt bad for us. He just left his phone open.
Man, maybe. He's probably sleeping. Like, there's like, these guys are so fucking boring. This will put me to sleep very easily. So I'm shutting down. Shutting it down. I'm going to bed.
All right, man.
Actually, I'm probably not. I'm a little bit too wired. I'm going to watch some TV for a little while.
I'm gonna watch a little TV. I gotta watch like a show or two, at least wind down.
I do too. I got to wind down. Yeah.
I love
too
this.
high.
I love it. I could just sit here and bullshit like that all the time.
It's fun. No, it's fun. It's fun. What are we? What is the length at this point? Do you have a timer?
What is the length at this point? Is the title of your sex
Yes,
tape.
that's a good one to end on.
That should be just the name of this show.
I think that should be the
Sports and
on the
Sorts,
show.
the title of your sex tape.
How long has this been going on? How long
Do you really want to know?
has this been going on? Wait, can I guess?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Two hours, 27 minutes.
You are not even close.
No. Oh, really? Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. I'm
I
sorry.
forgot about that hour in the middle.
Yeah, no, wait. Let me just bump that up an hour. 3:27. How about that?
You're very close. 3
Okay.
hours, 25 minutes, and 21, 22, 23,
Wow.
24 seconds. I
This
mean,
is
should
a-
we really get to
this-
3 hours and 30 minutes? I mean, we're
This is-
4.5 minutes
this-
away.
This is as long as it gets. That's your.
That's either the unfortunate title of your sex tape or the very fortunate title of your sex tape.
Yeah, that could go either way.
It's the title of your sex tape.
We haven't even had that much to do. I mean, I haven't had that. You know what's happening? I'm punch drunk right now.
You what?
I'm punch drunk at this point.
Yeah. Well, I'm still slowly. I'm keeping my liver involved. But I haven't
Good.
there was a point in the middle of this 3.5 hour extravaganza. There was a point in that first hour and 15 minutes. There was probably between 45 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes where, yeah, I was feeling it. I had had that first one a little too fast. The second one was going a little too smooth. And I was like, oh, I got to slow down.
Yeah.
We probably did our fans a disservice. Did them a little bit of a disservice.
We did.
Because we didn't get more loopy. But maybe not. Man, that is so loud. Why is that so loud? Can you tell me why?
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
He's in the background. I see him. I love him. We are at 3 hours and 27 minutes. We should have done a fundraiser. Like
With
a
2
marathon. But actually gone out on social media and hey, we're doing a fundraiser, our show, blah, 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 shibba-dibba-doo, all that kind of stuff. And then really promoted it to see if we could raise some money for the coronavirus or something. Why didn't we do something like that?
Why would we want to support the coronavirus and give it money? That sounds terrible. You're a horrible person. I would like to just spend.
There you go.
I want to just spend the last minute then, just reiterating how much I am looking forward to this coming Thursday night, 8:00.
Oh,
ESPN.
the draft.
The National Football League draft for the year of 2000.
Which is going to be all done socially distant?
In the year of our Lord 2020, in the basement of Roger Goodell, which will be the first time he is not booed at a draft. I mean,
maybe.
Not at least audibly. I mean, it will happen on social media. He'll be booed.
You never know. His kids might boo him or something.
That'd be great. You know what? If he had a real sense of humor about himself, he would actually do that. Yeah. He would tell his kids to boo him.
Or if not, he would just have it piped in.
Right. Or right. Something like that, right? Honestly, that would ingratiate him to a lot of people. I would actually I would say, you know what? Good for you. You recognize that people don't like you. You took a little smack at yourself, a little bit of self-deprecating humor. That would carry some weight with some people. Mm-hmm. Think about that on social media. Social media would have a blast with that.
Yeah.
He should do that. He should do it. They should figure it out. They
might
should
watch the
figure
beginning
that.
just to see that.
You should watch You should watch it anyway. It's going to be an interesting. Aren't you fascinated by how it's? Even though I know the Bills, like, well, first of all, you have a pick, in the 20s, but what else are you going to do? There's fucking nothing else to do. I mean, yeah, maybe tuck your kids in or whatever, but what else are you going to do?
Watch more Cougar Town or Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Dude, just put the draft on. I mean, why wouldn't you put the draft on? So we got. Look, for me, it's the
I
biggest.
don't have as much at stake.
There's this. This is there for Dolphins fans.
When you're looking to get the face of your franchise, when you're looking to get a quarterback or something like that, it's different.
Yes.
But for me,
no, I
got
don't.
A quarterback.
I
Unfortunately,
understand.
or fortunately, however you want to look at him.
Well, I still think he's good.
We need a running back. We need a wide receiver.
Yeah. Well, I think you're going to take a wide receiver with that pick.
I hope so. I hope it's a
If
big
some
guy.
of these
Nice
receivers
tall guy.
draft, some of these receivers drop, you might end up with.
I've been playing Madden a lot lately, man. Dude, my team was phenomenal. I drafted. I actually traded for Josh Gordon.
Well, maybe if you guys are lucky, maybe you could land if they trade up, or even stay put. It depends, but maybe you could end up with one of the Alabama receivers, either Henry Ruggs or the third or Jerry Jeudy.
That's all I care about. I need a big guy who's promising, and that's why when I was in this league, I traded and I got Josh Gordon. I got him, and then what I did was actually no, I didn't. I signed him as a free agent, and then after that. As time was going on, I was like, you know what? I need another big guy because this guy's getting old. Because I'm in like year 2024, 2025.
I was hoping.
And I ended up drafting some guy who was 6'5" and was like testing through the roof in the combine. I was like, you know what? That's what I'm picking. And he's going to be my guy after Josh Gordon. But and somebody else ended up being pretty darn good. Coming up.
I was hoping that when the NFL relaxed its marijuana usage rules that it would positively impact the future of Josh Gordon. However, it's not going to. He still basically
sucks.
He still has to basically he has to serve out a suspension and then still has to get reinstated. So even though that new rule came in and has obviously taken
that's stupid.
Well, I mean, right. I mean, why not? I mean, I did.
Like,
yeah,
they were
like
late to the party anyway. Like,
yes, they were extreme. Yeah, just let the guy play. Because honestly, that was his biggest issue.
Yeah,
as far as I know, I don't think
it's not like he was doing steroids and cocaine, and he just liked to chill out with some weed.
He's the modern day Ricky Williams. So just let the guy smoke his. Well, now he can, but why not just make that retroactive then? Why continue to punish him at this point?
Stupid.
So now he needs to get reinstated and go through the whole process for something that doesn't even if he got caught doing it, wouldn't even matter.
Which then they'll say, well, people that are in prison right now. Dude, you're not prison.
This isn't prison. That's not a good analogy. That's a dumb analogy. Just let him off the hook at this point. Let him off the hook. Now he can smoke, and now we get to we can see the potential.
Money. He will make you the NFL, the team that he's playing for. He will make them money because he is a talented receiver.
I still believe with the rules like that. If he didn't have to worry about that anymore, I still believe even now because he's up to like 28 or 20. I don't know how old he is, but I still think he'd be a top 5 or 10 receiver in the league. I truly believe that he's a physically gifted beast, and just look at him.
And
he's
got maybe 4 really good years left.
Well, yeah, I was actually going to say too. He's got tread on the tire because he hasn't played a lot in the last few years.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a lot of wear and tear. He should be able to. Go
unless there's something else. Unless there's some other demons that are in there that we don't know about. But
I don't know. It
seems like it's just weed. So
I don't think so, because when that rule was passed, it was like almost immediately after that he was out there on social media like, I want to get back into the NFL. I'm ready to go. Like, as soon as that happened, he was like, I'm ready and raring to go.
Yeah.
It's like he knew. Like, oh, man, this is my ticket. I'm back in, And it's not going to be that way.
Not so much. Stupid.
Maybe Goodell will lighten up, but I don't know. He's kind of I don't think so. That's not really his MO. So
he usually lightens up all the time.
All right, are we good? Did we hit 3.5 hours?
Oh yeah.
All right, good.
We're
Let's
at,
go.
we're at 4 hours and 27 minutes now.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. We'll see.
Yes.
See each other in about
30-something hours.
yeah,
About
about 30.
just
About 30
something like
something.
that.
30. Yeah, 'cause not
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ahead,
Thanks.
go ahead.
for those who decided to tune in here. I don't know how for again that one person who's there. Jesus. Well, I don't even care if you're sleeping. Great, good for you. That's impressive. You're really you
I don't
hung
even
tough.
care if you're sleeping. That's impressive. That's the title of your sex
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good way to go out.
That's gonna be stuck in ever since I started watching that show again and listening to Jake Peralta say that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I have been that has been popping in my head nonstop for like the last week.
Yeah.
And I can't
Yeah, I
say it
see
half the
that.
time because I'm having conversations like around my kids.
Right. Yeah. Well, you can say it to Christine. That's probably about it. But...
Yeah, but that's after they go to sleep.
Right.
It just
Yeah.
it's an explosion.
Oh, there you go. That's to say that you're 60. God, my God. I gotta go. We're so punched. I'm out of it. Well, this was this was interesting.
You already did your Tony Stark thing a while ago.
Yes. And I even said the state class. Oh yeah, no, we're no, I covered all my outros. We're good.
There we go. Now we can actually leave. All right, we out. We'll see you on Monday. At,
Yes.
What, 10ish?
Yeah.
That works? You said there was time constraints. But 10ish works?
Yes.
I could probably do a little earlier.
No, earlier the better.
Okay. So we'll be in contact.
Okay.
And we will let you know as the fans. All one of you. The dozens of listeners that are out there.
All of you that fit on this one hand. Whoever you are,
We will see you.
let us know. We'll send you a t-shirt that we don't have for the show.
Bryman will make you a t-shirt
I might. I mean,
out of toilet paper.
there was a time in my life where I was unemployed and I was really bored and I was making t-shirts a lot with with like iron-ons and stuff. Yeah, so I mean, who knows? Oh yeah, it was bad. I was unemployed for like 6 months and I was just like losing it.
Clearly.
Oh, I was really losing it. I was seeing like dead animals running around the house and stuff. It was bad. I was having hallucinations. I was hallucinating. I hallucinated about a dead cat running around the house, and I like it was my wife's favorite cat, and it died. And after 4 or 5 months of being unemployed, I started to see the cat like in flashes running around the house. Not a joke. That is a true 100% true facts. Yeah. Yeah. Do you believe that? I know you're not frozen. Let's see you moving. You're not that good. That's the title of your sex tape. You're not that good. For a while, I just thought you were really in shock about the cat. But...
Well, at first I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm like, holy crap, he's like living pet cemetery. and then I looked at myself and I'm like, wow, I look frozen. I just stay like this. see if he says something.
I saw you. That's why I kept talking. I knew you were there. Yeah. So I guess the moral of the story is try not to lose your job. Weird shit happens.
Clearly.
If you go unemployed for too long, you might start seeing shit.
Oh.
I remember going to my wife and like almost in tears and being like, I gotta get a job. I'm like, I gotta get a job. Like this is really starting to mess with me. It was, the first couple of weeks of being unemployed were fine. Actually, it's kind of like a nice little breather, and and it was at a time in our lives where we didn't rely on the paycheck quite as much. We were younger. There were no kids. It was just the two of us, and it was like, okay, we could get by on unemployment, and she was still working, and so it was like, okay, but, and it never, even after 6 months, it was never really an issue financially. It was an issue for me mentally.
Yeah.
Mentally, it was just brutal. It was brutal, and I interviewed for some weird stuff. Like I remember going to one place and being like, "What is this?" I had to basically look out. I was like, "I'm not doing this." It ended up being some kind of weird sales job. It was very misleading. It was supposed to look like it was some sports marketing thing, and I went, and it was like down by the shore on some like dock, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And the guy's pitching it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, this is a sales job." And it was just like, okay. It was bad. I went there like whole suit and tie. I thought it was like legit.
And then you went home and took a dump in a mysterious place that we'll talk about on Monday.
Yeah. Yep. So, my advice to you is try to have a job. Try to stay employed. Employed in some way, shape, or form if you can. You could see dead cats running around your house if you don't.
Well, this coronavirus could happen to a lot of people.
That could happen
so.
too. I mean, who knows what it could do to you? I don't know if hallucinations are part of it, but
with all the furloughs and layoffs, lots of people are going to be seeing. There's
going to be some hallucinating. There's going to be some dead animals encroaching your space there. So, yeah, this one. I'm just trying to see if we can get this one person to drop. He ain't dropping. He's hanging tight.
And I'm not even on YouTube, so like I don't even know.
Well, is it me? I'm on YouTube, so is it me then?
I don't know. Drop out.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Okay, all right, I'll drop. All right, now I've dropped out now. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh. So no, I did a refresh. It still says one watching.
There you go.
Oh nope, it's gone.
I still have you.
Yeah.
I still have you one on my end. Like on the actual live feed here.
Oh, I don't see. No, maybe that's because there's the delay.
Ooh.
So, oh my god, I think the one watcher was me for all that time. Fuck, we've literally just been talking, just us.
Not just
Or
us. Joe was watching for a little while.
Joe was watching for a little bit. Clint was going.
Clint was watching.
Clint hung in there for you. Joe was probably covering this shit. Okay. All right.
I still have it as one.
I want to go upstairs.
All right, man. Peace
All
out.
right,
We'll see you on Monday morning in like 32 hours.
Something like that. Yeah, don't ask me to do math. It's way too early for that. It's 1 in the fucking morning.
Bye. It's late. We should have done that though. Should have done like some kind of fundraiser. We got to do something like that.